want to discuss the history of these white people because I want to know. I want to know, like, oh, here's one. Let's see how this goes.
So, what do you want to know?
Okay, I do want to know. Was your people here before the Civil War or after?
No, way after. I wasn't even born in America.
Oh, what country you from?
Serbia.
Serbia?
Yes.
Are you here in the United States?
Yes. Chicago, Illinois. That's
Oh,
where all
really?
the Eastern Europeans go.
Oh, okay. So, what made you come to the United States of America?
White country run by white people, and I'm white.
But
Yeah.
where you say you from? Serbia?
Serbia, exactly.
So that would make you a Serbian, right?
Yes, exactly. That makes me a pure blood European.
Oh, but this,
A
wait,
pure.
what is white?
White means European. Pure blood Europeans
Really?
like
But
me.
Latinos check that white box. Somalis check that white box.
No, they don't.
Oh,
They
they
know they're
do.
not.
They
No, they
do.
don't.
Yes, they
They
do.
don't.
They do. And
Never met one
why
that
don't white
does.
people act
Stop
like
talking about white
immigrants?
people, you nigger.
Hold on, you. Ooh, okay. See, that's the kind of people these are. Savages, lice-ridden savages. You all take a look at the whites and the so-called whites. Y'all see them? Y'all see them? So why don't you act like an immigrant?
Because I'm not an
Oh,
immigrant.
you are an
Everything that was
immigrant.
created by white people
Hold
belongs to
on.
me.
You are a Syrian or whatever the hell you come from. You are an immigrant.
Actually, no, because I have power over
Actually,
you.
yes, you really don't have power.
Yeah,
Y'all
I do.
toothless. Hold on. Y'all toothless. Y'all broke. Y'all assless. Y'all ridden with lice.
This is my
That
picture
is
on the
not superior
screen.
to
This is my
me.
picture on the
Hold
screen. I'm
on.
better
Hold
looking
on.
than you,
Hold on,
nigger.
you filthy
Much
tether.
better look.
Hold on, you filthy
Much
tether.
better looking than a
Hold on,
shitskin.
tether. Act like a tether. Oh, you
Shut
are
up,
actually acting
slave,
like a
slave, the
tether, though.
master
You
socket.
acting like a lice-ridden
Slave, I'm your
tether.
master, so
Okay,
shut up,
listen.
slave.
Listen, sir. Listen, you filthy immigrant. Let's take our
Slave,
time
you're
here.
my
Hey,
slave. You're
look at
not
the
a...
IQ. Look at the high IQ people.
My IQ is way higher
Yeah,
than
okay,
yours.
monkey. Now you're chimping
I'm
out.
more educated
You're
than you,
chimping
monkey
out,
slave.
sir. Calm down. Calm down, sir. I don't want to have to drop you. Okay? So listen. I'm just trying to get you to realize, sir, that you are an immigrant, just like the people who check that box right along with you. The Latinos, the Somalis, all y'all the same. That's why they let y'all do it, because our government knows you're nothing but a filthy immigrant. And you need to start
And
acting
you're a
like one.
filthy slave.
I don't
Everything
care.
that's
I don't
created
care,
by
but you
white
know what
people
I am?
belongs to
I
me.
am a black
You
American.
don't have
You
a...
know the ones you see online
don't have
slanging
a
y'all
country, a
through the
piece of...
internet all over
Not
the
even
planet.
human, a piece
I'm
of...
one of them, okay?
You're a
I'm
slave,
one
you're
of
a
them.
piece...
All right,
A
Harry Horn.
slave.
Okay. I'm gonna
Slave
let you go
nigger.
now because you know what? I
Slave
might be
nigger.
all that, but I'm not I might be all that, but I'm not a filthy immigrant like most of you immigrants. And these are the people that black immigrants highly appreciate and love. And we're gonna ask them, why is that also? These people came to our country hungry, starving, full of fleas. Well, you know what, and still stuffed in they you know where. Okay? So we're gonna carry on with the situation. I don't really want to get flagged. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Thea Finest.
So I have a question.
What's your
Hello, good morning.
ethnicity?
My ethnicity, I'm Haitian American.
Okay, how can I help you?
So my question is, so immigrants are filthy, or you just talking about the white
I'm
race?
talking about you filthy too, motherfucker. How about that? All y'all filthy. Don't come up here checking me about no white man,
I just asked you
motherfucker.
a
I
question.
don't
You don't
care.
got
Until you
emotion. You
pick the
get
wrong
emotional
time
thing.
to insert your filthy ass. And
No,
you know
talk about
what?
it.
Y'all need to get them trash bags and start digging holes and stuffing garbage somewhere. All that garbage around Haiti. All them people just standing around, walking around Haiti past all that trash with all them poor babies in there. Don't
Yep.
worry about who I think is filthy. Clean up your homeland. It's no excuse for Haitians to be living like that. It's no excuse. Y'all don't got no jobs but can't pick up no goddamn trash. You over here on my live, y'all need an ass whooping for what I saw last night. And then want to come over here and think you some goddamn body. If I was you Haitians, I would be flying my ass home with belts, because you're going to need a bunch of belts and start beating their ass over there. If I was y'all, that's what y'all need to be worried about. Cleaning up, picking up trash, making motherfucking landmines or landfills, whatever y'all call them, and burning that trash. It takes nothing to pick up trash. And y'all got y'all babies over there walking around that stuff, talking about you an American, you ain't going home, this and that. You need to go home and fix that. Hey, so.
Good morning, sis. How you doing?
Child. I just
Hashtag
had to
clean up
rumble with the
Haiti.
snow roaches.
Hashtag clean up Haiti.
Hashtag. I worked myself up. Let me calm down. Uncle
Woosah,
Mega.
sis. Woosah, woosah.
You
They
know
know the
them
truth.
white tea demons get me extra hot.
That's
Because
those
as
Ellis
soon as
Islanders.
y'all white tea loving immigrants is out our way, let's just leave it there.
How Miss Love, is that the Ellis Islander or is that the incubator babies?
He from he was from Syria, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Syria or something
Mm,
like that.
One of them.
Talking about, because this is a European country, just like the black immigrants tell us. This a European country. We hold all the power. This is white tea country. Y'all are powerless. I'm sorry, chat. But all of that just was going through my mind. A black immigrant saying it on this ear, white immigrant saying it on the other, and then you got that.
They don't know the truth, and they
I
refuse to
know.
learn the truth.
Yeah, they don't want to learn the truth, long as they ain't the N words, and that's us. They don't want to. They happy to repeat those stupid low IQ white talking points. This is the white man's country. Y'all are powerless. They happy to do it. But after what we seen last night, all them pictures of Haiti over there, so, and that was a Haitian who came up here trying to check me. Is you saying immigrants filthy? Hell yeah! After what I saw.
Every last one of them filthy. Create a landfill in y'all homelands and clean it up.
What the hell?
They so proud of
They
it.
ought to be ashamed. They are, no wonder they is ashamed. Now I see.
That's why they don't want to go back.
Right, and then I've been asking Africans, and I apologize, Africans. I'm gonna give y'all this right now. I've been asking Africans for about a week since TPS happened. Have anybody offer Haiti any support, any refuge? Anybody offering them to come to their country? I see why. Them people are. I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know what's wrong with them, child. Something wrong with them.
You on 10 this morning, Miss Love.
And I didn't even want to be, but I'm telling you, the YT demon entered my soul.
What that is, a Neanderthal? How you say Neanderthal?
Yes, a knuckle dragger. But anyway, y'all. Them first 5 minutes, honey, they swooped in. And then he had that black immigrant from Haiti right behind him. Oh, you saying oh, you want to give me that same energy too after what I just went through?
And he probably sitting his ass right here in America, refused to
Yeah,
go
he
home and
did
help
say
those
he in
kids.
America. He is. Oh, look at all these requests we got up.
Let them on up. Let the games begin.
Let's see. Hold on. Oh, dang, Uncle Maga, come back up. We'll do one at a time, so until we see what's up. What's up, Nick? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine. What's your ethnicity?
I am white American.
Okay, were your people here before the Civil War or after?
Uh,
After.
that's a great question. I'm not
It,
actually sure.
well, if you don't know, it was after Nick. You would know
Maybe.
that. A
You're
heritage
probably right.
American, a heritage American, they know that. We are
I'm not a heritage
foundational black.
American, though.
Oh, no, you're not. No, you're not.
No.
If your family was not here before the Civil War, you're not. You're an immigrant.
Yeah, no, my family's from Ireland, so yeah, I would be
No,
technically
no.
the offspring of an immigrant. Yes, correct.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, at least you know where you come from. Hold on. Who let this person
Absolutely.
up?
Oh, my bad.
You did so?
Yeah,
Oh, you checked them out?
I checked her out.
Okay, we'll be right with you. Yeah, well, at least you know, Nick. That brings me comfort. Nick, do you know it's a bunch of white tea people who we talked to on this panel? You asked them what's their ethnicity. They don't know. They just say white.
Well, yeah, a lot of people can't draw their lineage back because they don't know where it comes from. Um, and that's partly due to, records being lost throughout history, people not keeping, track of these things or really not doing their research. But it's not that hard, to go out. It's all public information. You can trace your, lineage back pretty far if you tried hard enough.
Right. And Nick, do you know what they say to that answer? You know what at least 85% of them tell me?
What's that?
They don't care about the past. They American. They don't
Well,
want to know.
I mean, I could understand that from, to a certain extent, because what you don't know can't harm you. But I mean, it's good to know your history. It's good to know where you come from, whether good or bad. It's good to know. It's good to reflect. It's good to learn from history. That's why it's called history.
Let me tell you my perspective, Nick. Let me cut my camera on. My perspective is every immigrant that comes to the United States of America should know, especially if they claiming to be white. Because we're gonna get rid of that flat whiteness for y'all. And let me tell you why I'm saying this. These white immigrants, they come here and they think they better than the black American. The black people who've been over here in every single war before this country was the United States of America, because they can crawl and slam under this flat whiteness. And then they think they better than the people who built this country for free. And that's a problem with black Americans. See, the only non-immigrants in this country. So what you got to say about that, Nick?
Well, yeah, that's kind of a weird gray area because when somebody says that they're better than you, I always like to ask
When I say
what they.
better, they come over here and call us the N word, unalive us, but they're immigrants. But they go
Well,
under white.
as we know, a lot of the antebellum slavery era, a lot of those people came over here from France, Europe, Scotland, England, the UK, that vast region. A lot of those people came over from that area, and a lot of the language and the mindsets that they had, they passed that down, from generation to generation. And even though we know now today, a lot of the things that were done, a lot of the things that were said were obviously not very good, not very nice things. However, you also got to take into consideration that during this time period, all of these people thought that this was completely normal.
Oh, I'm
They
not
didn't.
talking about them. I'm not talking about the heritage white Americans. I'm talking about the people who came after Ellis Island.
Yeah, my family, a lot of my ancestors came in from Ellis Island, and a lot of that is
I'm talking about a
entitlement.
so-called white person who can come here tomorrow and think they better than the black American. I'm talking about all the white immigrants.
Well, I mean, I could understand a sense of entitlement when you come into a place, but here's my thing. When
Wow,
you
wait,
go to
wait,
someone's
wait,
house,
wait, 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 wait. Slow down, Nick, because we're going to slow walk this. Hold on, Nick. Let me understand what type of sense of entitlement should one have when they enter a country?
well, personally, I don't think you should have any because if you enter someone's home, that
Which is black Americans' home.
yeah, if you enter somebody's home, the best thing that you could always be, you can always do is be respectful, be polite, use your manners, and treat people the way that you would in your own home. However, America has been stigmatized to the rest of the world. So America's image around the world is not the same image that we give ourselves. So when they come over here, they already have a preconceived notion of who we are, even though it may not be correct. And so that might be the foundation of their mindset. They might already have an image painted in their head that may not be correct, but that's only because America has been stigmatized in the media all over the world.
So what should Black Americans do about this? Because the people, hold on, because we hear from we hear that what you just said from white immigrants and Black immigrants. They have these stereotypes of Black Americans, and they come here with anti-Black American HATE. So what should Black Americans do about that?
I would say I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't lose sleep over it, because we both know that this country is
No. We've lost centuries of sleep over it, Nick. That's impossible for the Black American.
I mean, I understand that. But you understand that this country was built for me and you, not them. So they need to come correct.
It was what?
Regardless, because we can kick them right out.
It was built for what? It was built for what?
This country was built for me and you, Black and white Americans.
Me and you?
Americans, not anyone else. This is an American country.
Oh, so it wasn't built for Latinos, Africans, Caribbeans?
Yes.
Me and you. But hold on. Let me just inform you, because I don't know how much history you know. You know it was Black indigenous people here before the Siberian so-called Native Americans even came. Now, I would disagree with them, even though y'all did y'all little conquering thing. But I would disagree. I would think that the Black indigenous people would disagree that the land was built for you and me. Maybe me. But I don't know about you. Y'all just ended up coming.
I could understand that. But when I look back at history, I think of George Washington, and I think of December 25th when he crossed that Delaware. There was Black Americans on that boat right alongside him.
We know.
And so when I think of the foundation of this country, I think of Black and white Americans, because that's what the founding fathers intended this land to be for. Now, understand that time period, Black Americans were treated very poorly. Still after the independence of this country, which we all know that. However, regardless of that history, the founders of this country intended it for me and you only.
Hold on, then. Let me ask you something, Nick. So, of all the white immigrants, well, not all, because I don't want to blanket, but too many. Let's say that too many. They don't think it was meant for me and you. They think it was meant for just you. And Black Americans should go back to Africa. And they're so fatigued. Do you think a lot of these immigrants who just got here within, I say, the last century, do you think, I would even say, about 75, no, I say the last century up until today, do you think that they are magnifying or pouring water on the fire or whatever? They are, what's the word I'm trying to use? They are stoking the flames of racial divide between Black and white Americans. The ones who've been here at least since the 1900s. You don't think these new white people coming over here, they making the racism worse?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
You don't think these new whites that come over here, no matter what color they are, they would disagree. They don't think this is Black Americans' country.
I mean, they disagree, but they don't have any skin in the game. Like I said, you walked into our home. We didn't walk into yours. So you can say and think whatever you want, but your word and your thought holds no weight over here in these borders.
Tell me about it, but they don't realize that. They don't realize that, and I would hate it. Go ahead, Nick. They don't realize.
I would implore I would tell you as a Black American, if someone were to tell you, you know, go back to Africa, I would ask them where. Where would you go? Who do you know? Who are you going to call? Where? I mean, hundreds of years have passed, you know, and you could say at one point that Black Americans were disenfranchised in this country and they had no place to go, but now they do because they are Americans first. It's been generations since we removed them from the continent of Africa. So when you say
Hold
things
on,
like
don't
that,
forget. Hold on, because I don't want you to be misunderstood. It was only a small portion of those African people that came over here. There were black people, black indigenous people already here when before Columbus got here. Before anything, they enslaved those people also on this land.
correct. And
Uh,
and even for those people that were removed from their homeland isn't the same today as it was then. So you could say you need to go back where you came from, but where they came from is not their home anymore. So when someone says go back where you came from, I would say where I came from doesn't exist anymore. So no can
Well,
do.
Nick, they claim to have built America, right? But you look back at all those pictures and their current state of their countries, it's just filthy.
Yeah, I mean the UK is a mess. Ireland is a complete catastrophe. Uh, I would
talk
say at
Haiti,
about
one
talk about the melanated countries too, Nick.
Haiti is a third world country. We can all agree. I don't see how Haiti can say they built anything when their country is still occupied by France to this day. All of their streets and institutions are named after a French dude. So you can say whatever you want, but your country's still occupied to this day. And they've been independent since 1806. So I mean that speaks for itself.
So, Nick, what about Nigeria and India? Although the Somalians, I mean, look at Minnesota.
Yeah, well, I don't know what your guys' thought is on religion. I respect everyone's freedom of religion, but radical Islam is dangerous to Western civilization. They don't believe in what we believe in. They don't want to assimilate to our culture. They want to destroy it. And I will not allow that to happen. As long as I'm breathing air, I will not allow that to happen. They
And
want
you
us
know
to
what they
respect
tell?
them. They
Hold
want to come
on,
over
Nick.
here and tell us to respect them, but they don't respect us.
Exactly. And Nick, they tell us we have nowhere, we have no home. No, they tell us they got a country to go back to. Whatever we do, they got a country. We the one don't
But
have a
do they
country.
want? But do they want to? Do
They
they
said
want to
they
go
got
back to
one to
that
go
country?
back to. No, it don't look like they want to because they fighting hard to stay here. They won't willingly go. And we want them to willingly leave, but they won't willingly go.
And Nick, I'm
No.
speaking of those radicalists that's in Frisco, Texas, all these new Indian mosques that they building up. I'm speaking of those people.
And don't leave out the
Yeah, and
Latinos.
Oh yeah, especially the Latinos.
they're stepping on the toes of the people that have been there, you know, and now they're telling churches they can't ring their church bells and you can't be in certain areas, and you know they're trying to impose Sharia law in a country where that's not going to happen. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen.
It's not gonna happen.
And they want this divide. And they want this divide between blacks and whites because that allows them to gain more leverage. As long as we're at each other's neck, they can gain more leverage because we're not paying attention to them. And I think if we took some attention away from, you know, this whole black and white thing, you know, this isn't the 1960s anymore. We've
Oh
came a
no,
long
Nick.
way.
Nick. We got unfinished business, and as long as
You,
Black Americans are still being unalived by these YT people, I don't know if they probably the immigrant groups. As long as that's still happening to our children, it's never gonna. No, we're gonna keep fighting y'all, and
I,
that's a fact.
and I understand, but as a country,
You
we've
need
come
to
too
talk to
far to
your
just
people.
get this
Y'all
far.
need to get some kind of summit together, y'all true Americans, and get these filthy immigrants, these white filthy ones together, because they're a
We're
problem.
working on it. We're working on it. Believe me, we're working on it. We've come too far in this country just to come this far. We just celebrated 250 years, and I'm hoping that we can have another 250 more. But if we keep allowing these people to come over here, we're not going to have that.
And that go for all the immigrants, white, black, Asian, wherever you come from. Right, Nick?
Absolutely. And if you come over here and you shit on our culture and you shit on our way of life, you don't have a place here. I'm sorry. You don't go into someone's home, and tell them that their furniture's fucked up or their house smells like shit or their cooking sucks. You don't do that. That's called rude. That's called not polite. So why are they allowed to do that on a large scale? They're doing the same thing, but in our whole country. It's not right. It's not right because if we went over there and did that, they would hang us from a bridge in 2 days.
Strange Fruitless, I love TikTok shop. Okay, Nick, hold on. I want you to hang out with us for a minute, Nick. Hold on, if you got time. Oh, hey, Vandria. Hey, Mama.
Hey, lovely. How you doing?
Hi, baby.
Hey, Dreamer. How you doing today? Hold on, little Drea. Dreamer, you want
Yeah,
to?
yeah.
Yay.
Happy Tuesday, love. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Dreamer, what country you from again?
Ethiopia.
Oh, Ethiopia. Okay, you want to address the prompt?
Yeah, let's discuss white people. Let's discuss the history of white Americans and the immigrants that admire them. Um, you know, I was just hearing the conversation you were having with Nick, and it's so sad that everything is being done now with all the situations is not immigrants. Black immigrants are not doing this. You should be asking him the real question is, well, why is it that people from European white descents, they're coming here? That should be the real question. It's mind-boggling to me that black immigrants are the issue for y'all, but white immigrants are no problem. It's mind-boggling.
Don't sit up there and lie. What's mind-boggling
May
is
I explain why that is?
Oh, wait a minute. Nick. Let me get this straight. You just sat up there and heard me say all immigrants, white, Asian, black, Latino, all of them, right, Nick? And Nick said absolutely. So don't sit up here and lie on me.
No love, verbatim. TikTok is all recorded. What you said was this.
Hey, hold on, chat. Did I not mention white immigrants?
What you said was this.
mentioned all of them.
What you said was this.
She also said make sure you mention the brown immigrants too.
Wait a minute.
Haiti.
Hold on. Go ahead, Nick.
What
She also said don't forget about Haiti as well, which are brown immigrants.
You said talk about the melanated ones.
Girl,
you never told him to talk about.
I'm not gonna sit up there and let you lie on my name like that.
But allow me to explain why that is.
Go ahead, Nick.
Allow me to explain why there's a microscope on brown immigrants in this country. Because for 4 years under the Biden administration, we had 21 million people come in from the southern border. Not a single one of them were of European descent. And if you don't believe me, go do the research. That's why there's a microscope on brown immigrants, because 21 million of them poured into this country in just 4 years' time. I rest my case.
You think it's an invasion of immigrants?
Absolutely. It is an invasion from within. That's the only way you can invade a superpower like America is from within. You can't invade from the military. You have to do it from the inside. That's how you destroy an empire. And that's exactly what they are doing.
I agree.
And we got to sit here and fight with white immigrants and black immigrants every day and night, Nick. If you go on my profile and you click that link for my YouTube channel, we got hours and hours and days of fighting with these people about our country.
And if you think that radical Islamist immigrants care about you because you might share the same complexion as them, or they don't care who you voted for. They don't care about any Americans. It don't matter who you are. They hate every single one of us.
HATE, I love TikTok shop. We know, and we're not going down without a fight, Nick.
Can I rebuttal to Nick?
I have a question.
Can I rebuttal to Nick? Because nobody does fact checking. A white man speaks and y'all don't do no fact checking.
Girl, you stupid. You the one just sat up here and told us that you think white people are safe. You would consider white people safe. Now you got a problem with Nick?
He literally said an inaccurate statement though.
Which one?
So the number that he said, Nick, the number that you said, the 20.
Yeah, that's 21 million that we know of, by the way.
Nick, and show me the resource where you saw that at, because there was not no 21 million melanated people who came here in the last 4 years.
21 million that we know of.
No, there's no.
That we know of.
On what resource? Where have you seen that
The
at?
southern border. They
Nick,
take a tally of everyone that comes in.
Nick, let me ask you a question. Are borders ever closed?
They are now.
No, they're not. Nick, borders are never closed, Nick. So the borders can never be closed. It's impossible. You know that, right, Nick?
Well,
Why you just can't fix up your country? Why is that impossible?
If you're talking about literally closing them, yes. But we're talking about the ports of entry. I'm not talking about little
Nick,
Juan and his friend.
It's not possible. Nick, when someone comes here on a plane, they come here from the Ukraine on a plane, and they have a visa. You can never close the borders. It's impossible.
How do you get on an international flight without a passport?
Nick, you can come here on so many ways, a visa. Right, Nick?
Yeah, how do you obtain a visa?
So Nick, how can you close the borders, Nick?
Dreamer, you do know they're coming here on shipping containers, right? You know that.
Floating over here on rafts.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You cannot close the borders, so.
Okay,
no,
hold on.
Literally.
Hold on, Dreamer. Hold on. Go ahead.
You're being too literal.
Yeah, Nick. Zandria, go ahead.
I agree with, thank you, love. I agree with what you guys are talking about in reference to immigration, right? But you mentioned something earlier, Nick, regarding religion. And we do have a history in this country of being ATTACKED through radical extremists, right? We have history of that. Our most recent example would be 9/11. That's the most recent example, I think, and it's the most tragic and extreme example, right? So we can agree on that.
Don't forget about Pulse nightclub, Orlando.
I think 9/11 is a little bit more extreme. Yeah, I think 9/11 is a little bit more extreme, but that one as well. Yes, that would be more recent then. So yeah, to your point, yeah. But I'm interested, I guess where my issue is you indicated something about they don't have the same religion as far as us meaning Black Americans. And I'm assuming you consider yourself a heritage of white American or Ellis Islander white American. When were your ancestors here?
Well,
because there's a difference with heritage.
After Ellis Island, Zandria, we already talked about that after Ellis Island.
I missed it, love. I didn't hear it.
I'm just telling you, Ellis Island.
I just consider myself an American.
Well, that's important, and that's important because, and I don't take that away from you. I'm not challenging whether if you're American or not. But my question, I think, is more importantly for me is reference to what's important for my people, because when it comes to white tees in this country, I think there's a difference with the way white tees practice Christianity and the way Black Americans practice Christianity, right? I think Black Americans, and this is my opinion and or my observation, Black Americans tend to practice Christianity in the literal sense. In the traditional sense, it appears to me that with a lot of maybe white tea, quote unquote, pseudo Christians, and or white tea nationalists, white tea supremacy tends to be the religion, not real Christianity, because I've encountered and came across a lot of white tees who claim to be Christian first, God, America, country, and Christian, and they are the first people to spew anti-Black rhetoric, anti-Black HATE, and the first to support attackers like a Chud the Builder, like a Rick Chow, like supporting what happened to Carmelo Anthony being railroaded. But they have God first, Christian in their bio, or if I'm directly speaking to them. So I have a problem.
Okay,
I have
let
a
him respond.
I have a problem with okay, Miss Love, I just want to make sure I'm
Just
clear.
just let her
I have
finish.
a problem with that because that's a contradiction in terms. So I'm trying to understand where you're coming from, and I also want you to understand where I'm coming from in terms of I make a distinction, right?
Absolutely.
With that, do you are you tracking with where I'm going with that?
I absolutely understand where you're coming from, and I want to make this clear because I've been in other lives and I've had people attack me for this, and I want to make this very clear. When I say radical Islam, the only thing that you should be paying attention to when I say that is the word radical, because any religion can be radicalized, and it's not the religion itself, it's the people within. So you can call yourself a Christian, but you could also weaponize that and not use it in good faith. So you're absolutely correct. When I say radical Islam, I'm not talking about every single Muslim in the world. I'm talking about the ones that radicalize that religion to oppress people like women and people in the LGBT community, and they use that to attack people that they feel are infidels in their religion. It says that in the Quran. But when I say radical, I mean radical. I'm not putting a blanket over religion. Every religion can be weaponized by people with ill intentions. Doesn't matter where you are or where you're from. And I land.
Zandria, did he answer your question?
Yeah, I mean, to a certain degree, yeah, I can accept with what he said, and I don't necessarily disagree with that. But I'll just make a quick statement because we do have other people that came on because I can circle back. With Black Americans, I mean, again, we make a strong distinction, and I can speak for me, and I don't like to always speak for my people because my people very capable of speaking for themselves. However, I'm protective of them, like I know a lot of them are protective of me. That's a problem though, right? Because of listening to what was said earlier in reference to just merging the immigration conversation into it. And we were talking about how this country was because I agree with you to a certain degree, right? This country was built off the back of my ancestors, right? Because those were my ancestors, our ancestors who built this country. So this country was for not only for us, because I believe we are the most patriotic people, right? And I'm not challenging your patriotism, but there are white tea people who are patriotic, but they take patriotism to a whole new demeanor where it's problematic. And now it's very violent, right? Because the people who have been recently attacked, because you all go, I'm going to land really quickly. There's a rhetoric that's going on and with this 1350 and this 1360, right? Where the so-called 13% of the population, but we commit 50, 60, 70, 80% of the crime, which is mathematically impossible, right? But these are the Christians, the white tea Christians that are spewing this rhetoric. So that's another caveat I wanted to kind of lay out as well. But I know I have to be quick, and I think you and I can circle back on that topic.
Okay. All right, let's move on to Kumba. Kumba.
How y'all doing? Good morning.
Good morning. What's your ethnicity?
I'm African American.
What country in Africa your people come from?
Ethiopia.
Okay, so you Ethiopian.
The
All right.
Yoruba tribe.
Okay, you Ethiopian. Okay, you want to address the prompt?
Yeah.
You said he's Ethiopian and he's the Yoruba tribe?
No. Let me address the prompt.
Okay.
The
Lies.
immigrants,
He's
the
a
Americans
liar.
that came over here were Luciferians.
Wait a minute. Can you address the prompt? Go ahead, Kumba.
Yeah, the Europeans that came over here first, who y'all call the white Americans, the Europeans though, they were actually Luciferian. They were actually banned from England. and they sent them here because they were worshiping Baal and demons. That's why even you see with the Jeffrey Epstein files, is a lot of Baal worshiping.
I don't know if this is that TikTok friendly language,
What, saying Baal?
like the Epstein files and all that. I
No,
don't
ma'am,
know.
it's not. And he's from New Orleans, Miss Love.
TikTok language?
Yeah, do you
Well,
know
well,
TikTok friendly
E-files. Well, I'm
language?
gonna say the E-files.
Okay, all right, yeah, say that. That's what I hear people say. Go ahead.
The child predator files and all them files and the arms trading files, because that's what all they was doing over there, and it was worshiping Satan.
Okay, what this
So
got
as
to
far as
do
the
with-
immigrants, that is the prompt. You say the history of the white Americans. I'm giving you the history.
Okay, all right, go ahead. But this
This is all part of their history. I'm telling you, they were satanic worshipers. They still are. They worship Satan. So, and when you're dealing with the immigrants that admire them, the immigrants admire, people admire power. Even black Americans admire, and some black Americans admire the Europeans because of power. Because I can speak Ebonics. And black American that speak proper English will tell me, oh, you ignorant, you stupid. That's no different from the slave master was telling the slaves they was ignorant and stupid.
Wait a minute,
when
hold
they
on.
spoke in their native tongue.
Hold
and
on
when they
1 second. I gotta see something. Soldier,
Yes,
what's your ethnicity?
Black American.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead, Kumba.
Yeah, so a lot of people admire your power. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if I speak Ebonics, black people that don't speak Ebonics, they'll call me ignorant and stupid. The same way the slave masters used to call the slaves ignorant and stupid because they didn't speak proper English. So
You was from Ethiopia.
huh?
I thought you said you was from Ethiopia.
No, I was born in New Orleans. I say when I did my ancestry, that goes back. It's not even just Ethiopia. It's all African nations, though.
You mean
When I
your
did my
genealogy or your DNA test?
the DNA ancestry.
So did you do your genealogy?
No, I
Why
did the
not?
DNA ancestry. I'm actually linked to the tribe of Judah. That's how
Well,
far
I'm trying to
they
figure
traced
out
it back.
you ain't do your family tree. I'm trying to figure out what African you
I
from.
just did the ancestry, the DNA ancestry. My
Oh, that's
ancestry
not
actually go back
not
to
real.
the same bloodline as the Messiah, or who they call Jesus. It's linked all the way back to the tribe of Judah.
Okay, can you land your plane?
So a lot of people admire your power. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's why you got half of the country admire Trump. It's only because he has the power. You know what I'm saying? It's not even about anything else. People that are below, most people that are below will admire your power. If you become a powerful woman in this world, people that hate you will admire you.
HATE. I love TikTok shop. Okay, land your plane, Kumba.
You know what I'm saying? So I landed there. Like people admire the immigrants, most of them admire power. But I just made 100K within a year with my Nigerian friend. Like, so I have immigrant friends from Africa, from Somalia, all these countries, and they good people, you know, Muslims, you know. Some of them not
Get
Muslims,
an
all of
attorney
them
for
not
the
Muslim.
future.
Huh?
Get an attorney for the future if you just made 100K with a Nigerian. I'm just saying.
Why? They got a legal, legit business. Well, why would you just stereotype a Nigerian, say get an attorney for what?
Why
They got
wouldn't
a
you get an
legal,
attorney
they
in
pay tax.
any business venture you get into, especially when that kind of
Nah,
money is
you don't always
on the
have to get an
line?
attorney doing business.
Lord.
That's a false claim. You don't always
He's
have to get an
lost.
attorney when
Okay,
you do
Kumba.
You
business.
should have
All
an
right,
attorney on standby anyway.
go ahead,
No,
Nick.
that
You want
sounds.
to say something? Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, thank you. I mean, oh Jesus.
He was a distraction, Miss Love.
Yeah, he was. I
He
guess.
wasn't really going anywhere with what he was saying. He didn't really address the prompt. He said he wanted to, but he actually really didn't.
Yeah, he was babbling, lovely.
Yeah, I was confused. I was trying to figure. It caught me when he said he speak Ebonics. That's his language or something. I'm like, wait, I thought you just said you was Ethiopian. Aunt Kay, how you doing?
I'm good. Hello, everyone. Thanks for
Hey.
inviting me up. Yes, I'm Choctaw. I'm American, Indigenous. Aboriginal American, and I'm just listening. You know what always surprises me with
Can you address
immigrants.
the prompt, Aunt Kay?
Oh yes. So let's discuss white people, the history of white Americans and the immigrants, and what they admire about them? Well, I believe they admire the ignorance, even though they might not see it that way. Because majority of them, most white people in America, especially what Nick was saying, they know who we are. They know we are American. And I know he said a lot about the Africans, but my family been here. I've done my genealogy. And I also did DNA a really long time ago before it got very popular. And when I did that DNA test, I knew there was something wrong with it because it was saying all of this Africa stuff. But all the people that I was related to, nobody was from Africa. And so if I'm so much African, why is nobody from Africa? You know what I'm saying? So, and I had done my genealogy. My great-great-grandmother, she was born in 1889 in Virginia. She told me a lot about, when they was getting pushed out of Virginia in the 1920s, because I'm from Philadelphia, and that's where she came to in 1920. And, so I knew that we were Indian. She told me she was Cherokee. She didn't talk much about exactly how, but I always asked her, like, why we never went back to visit her family. And she's like, they didn't want us there. We never went back. So I don't know any of my relatives in the South, actually. And I have lots of them. So when immigrants get on our panels and they admire white people, it's because they admire them because of the ignorance, because they don't know who we are. They try to tell us who we are. They want to say go back. But, it's just talk. At the end of the day, it's just talk because they have no stake in the game when it comes to this land. And the more they try to say that we're not a part of it, it makes them secure. See, it makes them feel secure to say we are not Americans because they want to be the Americans because they come over here to assimilate into our country, but not really assimilate. So I land my plane.
Spot on.
You want to respond to her, Nick?
Spot on. No, I couldn't agree more. But I did want to share. If anyone is interested in doing the ancestry thing, the ancestry.com and the 23andMe thing, when they send you the kit, don't get that crap. It's not real. It was proven to be fake a couple weeks ago by a guy on Facebook. He cotton swabbed a bearded dragon, and it came back with all kinds of crap. So don't even go through those routes because they're not accurate.
We know that already, Nick.
But yeah, no, I couldn't agree more with her statement. You're absolutely right. They don't come over here and assimilate at all. They come over here and they shit all over us and try to tell us what to do. Not going to happen.
Can I respond? Can I
say
please?
Something real quick? Dreamer, you gotta fix that alarm. It's been like 2 months. God damn, Dreamer. Listen, get a ladder, find a man in you, and fix that alarm, please. Hey, family. Hey, love.
Hey, Odell.
Something.
Yes,
Hey,
ma'am.
Zan. Hey, Soul. Hey, Chad. Hey, Nick. God is good.
God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Absolutely.
Yeah, you're just supposed to say all the time. So I'm glad you know
yeah,
that.
I
But
didn't.
Nick,
Yeah, my bad.
it's okay. It's okay, hon. So Nick, while you're here, really fast before I go into what I was gonna say, being that you did say that you are a descendant of an Ellis Islander, which means you're probably a second generation anchor baby. Would you like to say thank you on behalf of your ancestors to our ancestors who were drafted in W-2, World W-2, who saved your ancestors? So when our Black grandfathers and great grandfathers got to Europe, your ancestors felt like they actually saw Black Jesus because they were the infantry people that went in and saved your people and liberated the white Europeans. So being that we haven't really officially got our reparations, would you actually like to say thank you to us, the descendants of those soldiers that saved your ancestors?
Oh yeah, I have the utmost respect for that generation because that is the greatest generation in American history. My great grandfather as well sat in a foxhole for 3 months in the pouring rain and fought for our freedoms as well.
Hold on. Your grandfather didn't do that. He came from Ellis Island. He had nothing to do with a foxhole. Let's not talk about Vietnam.
Was an infantryman in World War II for the U.S. Army, and he did in fact sit in a foxhole for 3 months in the pouring rain.
So your people came during W1. When did they come through Ellis Island?
So my ancestry dates back quite a long time, but I do.
When
have
did they come through
ancestors that
Ellis
did
Island?
So a lot of Irish and Italian immigrants did come like in the mid
I'm
1920s,
asking you,
1930s.
right? So the
But
1920s, that would have been during W1. So there's no way
my
your ancestor would have been in any foxhole. But whatever, I continue. Hold on, I'm finished. Let me get off this mic. I just wanted you to say thank you to us for saving your ancestors. And I also wanted to remind you that your ancestors are the generation that came over who were the buffer class that enforced Jim Crow, that enforced redlining, and did everything else. So for you to come and tell me or someone like me that it's about a religion of some other group who has no laws in this country that are against us, right? Everybody could practice their religion. But for you to say that is misleading and it's a lie. Do you know who the leader of the Proud Boys is?
No, I have no idea. Who are they?
His name is Enrico Torres. He's a Latino. Do you know who Nick Fuentes is?
I have heard of him, yes.
Okay, he's also a Latino. He's a YT Latino. So they literally lead HT groups that went over there on J6. They are literally a problem in numbers, and it shows. So for you to address something that you have a personal beef with is a misdirection to us. We are not stupid. I agree with Zan, and I'm just trying to redirect you to what Black people stand on. You are also an immigrant.
Yeah, but you got to understand, when I did say about the whole religion thing, when it comes to radical Islam in particular, they don't care who you are. They don't like Americans.
Okay, so listen to me.
And they don't like Western civilization
Where have
at
you
all.
seen a massive outbreak or a violence of them in America?
Oh,
you haven't seen that.
Are you sure
You
about
haven't
that?
seen. We all know the truth about those buildings, but we're not going to go there. But you
Not
haven't
only
seen
that,
that.
in
But
New
hold
Orleans
on.
just
But
2
you
years
have
ago.
seen the Proud Boys, who are led by a Latino, wreak havoc in Black communities and in Black America. So for
I've never
you to
seen
try
a
to make us
Proud Boy
distract
drive a
for your
car
own
through a group of
personal
people.
interests is a
But
deflection,
hold on,
and you're a
Odin.
fraud.
Wait a minute,
No,
Odin.
you're confusing.
Wait a minute, Nick. He spoke about more. I don't know. Do you think he only spoke about
You're confusing
Islam?
hate groups for terror groups. Those are not
Yes,
the same thing.
right.
He
So
talked
that's the
about way
thing.
more than religion, though. He not.
No, I was listening, sis. This is what
Okay.
he's doing, right?
Okay.
Like most white tees, like Zan was saying, right now, as a Christian, supposedly, we don't even know his religion. He is trying to tell us that another religion is out to get us. And we're simply saying, based on facts, the only people that have ever been out to get us is the KKK, that was white tea
But he said
Christian nationalists.
Americans. He didn't specifically say Black Americans. He said him too. White people. White. He said everybody. He said Americans.
Yeah, but he's an immigrant, second generation, spreading HT like the same way the Latinos do. He's no different. He's a Latin person. He comes from Italy. Those are Latin people. So he's doing no different from what the Latinos that we're dealing with now.
He said Ireland.
Yeah, he's a white
listening.
tea person.
I'm sorry.
No, but it's okay. You're coming up here addressing a religion. Sir, Nick, it's okay. Don't be scared. You address the religion.
I'm not scared.
And I'm telling you that the Latinos are a bigger problem than any quote unquote radical Islam that you keep saying. And we know that.
The Latinos
so I'm asking
never walked
you, why
in
do
the
you keep
nightclub
pushing that
and
narrative?
50 people.
But they
so what are you talking about?
They unaliving Black Americans in California, Nick.
The Proud Boys is a national group that is led by Latinos.
Google it. It's been plenty incidents with Black Americans and Latinos.
They travel in groups, okay? They travel in groups with masks on, and they go out in the street and they try to get people's attention. Terror groups hide in plain sight, and they unalive mass amounts of people in a very short period of time.
Show us.
They're not the same thing.
So what he's saying is misleading, love. You see, he can't listen to me. Oh, what about
San
the
Bernardino,
school? What about the high school? What about the high school shootings? Those are white tea Christians.
You're right.
What are you saying, sir?
Correct.
Sir, so what I'm saying is, hold on. So that's what I'm saying. Most of this violence is done by white T Christian men. So what you're saying does not statistically add up, which means it's misinformation.
You're sadly mistaken.
Sis, do you
You're
understand what
watching
I'm
too
saying,
much of the
love?
news.
If statistically what he's saying does not add up on the numbers, then what you're saying is not correct. We have a Latino white T racist problem. And for some reason, you want to focus on a very small religion that we walk past and don't give a damn about every day. But the Latinos are like, hold my drink, I will be the new white T supremacist. And you keep deflecting from that.
No. When's the last time a school pew-pewing happened? Can you tell
Yeah,
me?
no, don't. She right, not kind of right on
I'm
that.
not saying she's
She's
wrong.
But no,
very
hold
right,
on, Nick.
lovely.
Hold
She's
on,
right.
Nick.
But you're kind
What
of
y'all white
misinformed.
tea? What y'all gonna do about the Latinos?
What do you mean? What
What are y'all gonna
what do
do
you mean
about
by that?
those?
What do
I'm
you
saying,
mean
what are
do
you
about
gonna
it?
do about all this anti-black American? Oh, well, let me ask you, Nick.
Look,
Are y'all discussing these immigrant groups who have severe anti-black American HATE?
I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. What you guys see on the internet when you talk about this this propaganda, that is not the way the
It's
real
not
world
Do you
operates.
propaganda. We
think? Do
live
you
with the
think we don't
Latinos.
Okay?
experience this? You think we don't experience this, Nick? You think
It's
we
not
only getting all this from social media?
the
We've been over here.
majority.
Hold on, Nick. Hold on, Nick. We've been over here with white people for centuries. You think we don't know what we feel and what we experience and what we go through?
White people and black people have coexisted in the South
And
for
if
That's not what
generations.
she asked you.
listen, Nick, we already know what racism look like, feel like, and sound like. We've been
But
on
you're
for centuries.
but
So
you're trying to prop
you
up
think
one
we
or
don't
two
know? Hold on, you
Latinos.
think Nick? You think we don't know if immigrant groups are being racist and hateful to us?
Oh, absolutely, I agree. They absolutely are.
Because they
But you're
really think we're dumb.
but what you're
Sorry to interrupt, they really think we're dumb and that we don't experience, that we're just reading the internet. We live with these Latinos. They invade our communities.
The
They're invading
Asians,
the government.
all of them.
but
Exactly.
you're
The Nigerians, the
yeah, but
Exactly.
Somalis.
you're
And he
talking
wants to
about two
focus on a
people.
religion, not the
But
immigration problem.
You
Most
think?
Latinos are Christians.
no, but
Yeah.
you're talking about two people that are propped up by a
No, we're
media
talking
Two
about
platform.
the
people.
problem that we
Nick,
They're a
have.
you don't
small
know what
cog.
you're talking about, Nick. You don't know
They're
what
a
You
you're
don't?
small
talking.
cog.
You wrong, Nick. It's way more than two people.
These people are
And
not as
then
powerful as you
if
think they
you
are.
are you a part of the LGBTQ community, Nick?
No.
Okay, listen, Nick. Listen, you might not know and have all the facts, but we've studied this. We've studied this whole immigration situation and how it affects Black American, and we studied the groups, all different ethnicities of them, including y'all groups. Okay, so don't get up here and say we don't know what we talking about.
That's not what I'm doing.
Well, don't get
What
up here and say
Why?
it's only two people, because it's
what you're
way more than that.
what I'm trying to say is you're painting a picture that's bigger than it is.
You
What
out
you're
your
what
mind because you white. That's why, because you go under whiteness.
these
But for
people
us,
are
for Black Americans, that can be detrimental to us.
but these
You don't think the
Fuenteses,
Proud Boys is
these
a problem for
Roques,
the federal government, sir? They attacked a federal building. You don't think that's a problem?
I would consider that a problem.
You would
However,
consider.
they're not as
Tell me
powerful as
one
you think
black.
they
Tell
are.
me one black group or
Nick,
one.
your slip showing, Nick.
Nick, let me ask you a question. Do you think Ashley Babbitt got what she
Damn, oh
deserved?
damn, you get me every time, don't you?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Ashley Babbitt is?
No, I'm not
I be a
familiar with that name.
fool. Oh damn.
No,
That's
not familiar.
interesting. You strike me as somebody who would know who Ashley Babbitt is. So
No.
she was someone. Just to piggyback off what Odam was saying,
Right,
when
we gotta
the
land the plane because we gotta get to the new people.
when the Proud Boys rushed, was it the White House or the Capitol building?
Capitol building, sis.
The
Yeah.
Capitol
Oh,
building. When the Proud Boys and all these lunatics rushed the Capitol building, Ashley Babbitt was pew-pewed. And a lot of the so-called Christians that happen to be white tees and these Latinos who are typically Catholic, but they like to fall under the banner of whiteness, they were very angry that she was unalived. And then the man who basically was doing his job, this Black American man who did the pew-pewing because his job is to protect that area, they made his life pretty difficult. And I find that interesting. So it was all over the news. It was not only all over the news nationally, but
we gotta
globally.
land the planes. Aunt Kay, I'm gonna rotate you down. Thank you so much for coming up.
Thank
Yeah, we
I'm gonna
gotta
say
get
Nick's a Latino. I think Nick's a Latino, sis. I'm gonna call it Cap. I think he's a Latino.
Latino? Not a Latino.
Okay, hold on. We got Soldier. Soldier, how you doing?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Fine. And what's your ethnicity?
Black American.
Okay, you want to address the prompt?
Yeah, I'd like to address the prompt. It says, let's discuss white people. Let's discuss the history of white Americans and the immigrants that like admire them. So, like, there's a lot of history to like America. You know, like its founding and so the people who were here, particularly like a lot of the white people that even came before the Civil War, they were brought over and stuff as like slaves from Europe and stuff to come over to work in the colonies. And a lot of the people who kind of financed that and they kind of spearheaded that were people who were known as, you know, I know this is not really TikTok friendly, right? But I'm gonna just say it in a shorter term, like the crypto Jays and stuff. But even them, the ones before the Civil War, they were mostly indentured servants. They were basically slaves and stuff, and like they really did do a lot of revisionist history and stuff in this country, because like you were saying, and many other people up here were saying, there were already, you know, Black indigenous people over here and stuff, right? That goes deep into the Southeast. But to kind of land the point home, the immigrants that have been coming over here since the late 1800s, early 1900s, and the late 90s, these people have been basically propped up like as a way to, like, how you put it? Like they was put up as a buffer class, right? Like they were taught that, hey, like if you go against, you know, the people, right, who built this country, which would be Black Americans, right, then you'll be able to get a little bit of crumbs that we give you, right? And they've been doing this since the late 1900s with these mass migrations from basically Europe to America, or from Africa and the Caribbean to the Americas.
All facts. All facts.
Yeah, and I wonder why that is. Why do y'all think that is that they keep allowing all this mass immigration? I have an idea.
Because it's the only people that will vote for Democrats. That's the only reason they keep doing it.
Nick, sit this one out, Latino.
No,
That's how
no,
they
so
get their votes.
Oh, damn.
like I will say this and stuff. The reason and stuff why these mass migrations happen and like they continue to happen is because sooner or eventually later, they're going to basically prop up the people that comes from the outside, especially even like the Hindus. Like they're propping up certain people into certain industries, whether it be the medical field, the military, or the police forces, because the laws that they're about to bring out is going to be very, very authoritarian, right?
Exactly.
So like they're going to have these people in positions of power in the medical industry, so that if the U.S. government, right, which is actually controlled by the Federal Reserve, which is controlled by the people in London, which they're also controlled by a banker family in London that helped create that also helped created the very state that we like to call Israel.
Okay.
And so, yeah, okay. there's a whole basically like conspiracy to like come after the people in America because the people in America, you know, they value freedom and stuff, right? And you can't break a country that values freedom. So there's a whole big conspiracy going on, and I land on that plane.
All
But
right,
let's
thank
not
you.
bring conspiracy in it. Let's bring facts in the situation. There's a mediocrity
Okay, hold
issue that
on,
exists.
hold on. We got to get to the next people. One big. Was you here before Sentinel?
Yeah, I've been here for a while. I don't know if
Okay.
you want me to answer the prompt or just go in.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you got to answer the prompt.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, let's discuss white people. Let's discuss the history of white Americans and the immigrants that admire them. Okay, first, I think that because they're two separate immigrants, right? Since we're talking in immigration and them admiring the white people, the black people admire them because they think that they have built this country. They think that they run this country by themselves, right? Because what people misinterpret is that's why it's called the United States, right? Because we all unite as a team and make it work together. So that's black or white, whether people like it or not. And yeah, so that's black or white, whether people like it or not. But to an outsider coming in, is going to be a big misinterpretation because media propaganda usually uses the white people as good imaging and use the black people as bad imaging, which gives the misinterpretation that black people have not contributed to the United States at all, which is false information.
Okay, Vandria, go ahead. You wanted to say something? She ain't spend that much time, so I'll give you some time.
Thank you, lovely. Yeah, and I know it was no attack on you, soldier. I just wanted to kind of just really notate that if there's a mediocrity issue, because you did make some valid points in reference to where, these H1B1 visas, these positions that these folks are being propped up in. But there's a mediocrity issue that exists in YT America. And unfortunately, they haven't fully and I guess at their highest degree with YT people, particularly YT men, have taken advantage of the affirmative action and that they've had at their disposal for 400 years, or the DEI that they've had at their disposal for 400 years, and they're losing their mind right now because they feel underpaid, they feel undervalued, they're losing their jobs to these H1B1 visa individuals, these immigrant people that are coming in. They're reporting to people who come from India, who come from Nigeria, and other immigrant areas, and they're very angry and upset about that. And instead of saying, hey, listen, we squandered our opportunities that we had at our disposal, they want to go and attack everybody that is of a different hue or a different melanin complexion. And let's also talk about how Black Americans have been thriving in this country as well, because we actually have had it the worst because we didn't have a 400 head start, right?
Sorry, Vandria. Oh damn! Can you move the stage when Vandria time goes? It's next on
Okay.
Sentinel.
Who's the next? Sentinel? Okay,
Yeah.
after her time's up.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Zan. Got you.
Okay. So, Black Americans have been thriving in this country because our birth rates aren't as in the toilet as YT Americans, because let's couple that as another issue that they're going through. They know that their replacement rate isn't matching or isn't higher at the rate and at the level that they need per them dying off, right? So that's a huge issue. And so hence they feel they're losing power, they're losing control. And so that's where all of this energy and their directness towards us, and also with immigrants as well. Although rightfully so, these immigrants coming in is directly affecting us because where are they getting dropped off at? They're getting dropped off in predominantly Black American neighborhoods, and when it comes to the voting aspect, Nick, I actually agree with you. The Democrats are doing everything in their power to hand over resources at these immigrants' disposal so they can buy their vote. Although we know a lot of these immigrants tend to vote Republican, but if you keep giving somebody a basket of wealth, they're going to tend to, for some while, be kind of loyal to you. So and I'm going to land, the Democrats have pretty much replaced our voter base, our loyal voting base of 60 plus years with immigrants, particularly melanated immigrants. But, I lost my train of thought, and that was it. I'll land right there.
No,
Because
no, you didn't lose no train of thoughts.
I had
Facts.
paused. I know you guys had to move some things around, and I was going somewhere, and I lost my train of thought. That's okay.
Sis, you didn't lose no train of thought. You spoke facts as usual, and y'all tap the screen, gift the panelists, gift the host. I actually have to re-up to give. Y'all get these likes up. We love you, Zan. Shout out to Zan. Sentinel, are you there? What is your race and ethnicity?
My race and ethnicity? I'm Black.
Okay, and you're an American?
Cream of the crop.
Shout out to you.
America. I'm in the corporation. Yes, I reside in the corporation of the 50 states, whose headquarters is in the District of Columbia. Yes.
Where were your great-great-grandparents born?
When?
Where?
Mobile, Alabama, Mobile, Alabama, and Biloxi, Mississippi.
Okay, shout out to you. I'm going to go ahead and start the clock. You could address the prompt or address something you heard. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to pretty much, I'm going to give a little pushback on soldiers because there's no history or historiography or iconography where white people or so-called white people were ever enslaved because of their whiteness. Indentured servitude is an old colonial term which had to do with land ownership and peasantry, and peasants being able to lend themselves out of contract with the landowners and the wealthy in order to work off contracts. So let's not get indentured servitude mixed up with racial supremacy based on racial classification, because you missed the mark. And also I'm going to say that racism, or what we call white people, based on the biology and based on genetic, phenotypical, and mitochondrial sequencing, DNA strands 6 and 9, biologically, there's no such evidence of a white people. What we have is mutants who have a recessive gene, which is a mutated gene from the mitochondrial 9 strand, which is the dominant gene sequence, which all people that are classified as non-white have, which are people of color and melanated. So I'm going to clear that up. Second of all, Nick, I want to speak to you. The Americas, or what you classify as the Americas, is different than the United States of America. Because we have Central America, North America, and Central America. How did those places...
Wait, Nick, one second. Nick, 1 second, not to interrupt you, 1 second. Nick, would you like to respond really fast to his first statement saying that you come from mutants and that basically you're not really human? Go ahead, Nick, I'll start your clock.
Yeah, that's... I'm not even going to acknowledge that because everyone knows that's a load of crap. He read that shit out of a book that was written by nobody, a ghost. It don't matter. I don't entertain any of that shit. You can call me a mutant.
Did you hear the DNA quotes that he gave? 1 second, Sentinel. Did you hear the scientific research that he gave you, though, Nick? Did you write that down to research in the future?
Yeah, but did he study this himself?
Gomez, that's a rah-rah, and Dr.
Hold on, Sentinel. Nick, did you hear the scientific sources that he gave to say that you're a mutant?
Yeah, but again, those scientific sources were written by people who also did not study sciences. Those are all fallacies.
Okay, thank you. So that's your rebuttal. Go ahead. Okay, so 1 second, Nick. Sentinel, you have 30 seconds, and then we're going to move on to the next person. Go ahead, Sentinel.
Today, I'm going to end with this. It is dangerous in today that particularly Black people do not understand racism, white supremacy, how it functions, how it operates, who its intended victim is in economics, education, entertainment, politics, sex, war, religion, labor, and law. And I could tell Nick lost argument because most people I bring that biological evidence up to, they dispute it by the same statement that he made. I land.
Thank you, Sentinel. We appreciate y'all. Y'all tap the screen, and I am not being messy. Shout out to the most gangsta chat on TikTok. I am not being messy. I was just asking Nick to rebuttal on scientific evidence that was brought in. So now we're gonna go to our brother Chef. What up, Chef? I'm gonna go ahead and start your clock. We already know who you are, so we ain't got to do no checks. Go ahead, Chef.
I'm trying, but he getting impatient right now. He don't like you, Nick. He walked away from you and everything like that. Here you go. Here you go,
Oh,
but
look
hey,
at that horse. Oh.
butterscotch candy. Hey, hold on, it's my hand, bro. It's my hand. Cheers. Yeah, he the So I see the prompt and everything like that. And hold on 1 second. Hold on. You can't eat my phone, dog. Chill. So so I see the prompt and everything. This is just white history. So I don't understand why immigrants love y'all YT people so much. I really, really don't. I don't even know why you here, Nick. You probably stopped. You are a mutant, bro.
He's
You're not
here
really human.
because this is an open panel and everybody is welcome here.
Oh, okay, I know. I'm just saying. He is kind of. I mean, like roughly. I mean, you're not really. I mean, you have a Neanderthal trait. Gene, I don't have that. And if you have another trait or a gene that's not typically that's not human, that's what you are. You're a mutant. Your gene pool goes back like what? Your skin goes back like 3,000 years. That's about it. Maybe 5. I'll give you that. But that's about it. Besides that, there's nowhere in the world you could exist anywhere because it was too hot. Like, I mean, Jesus' greatest miracle was being like not having a sunburn. Like for real. So I mean, you really want to get to it and get to that point, like your whole history, your whole concept of religion and everything like that, you got from us. You have no deal. Like you have no spirituality. You have no nothing at all. For real.
Well,
So like to me, I don't know, man.
Not that it
I didn't
matters.
talk while you were talking. Don't do that.
You'll get a rebuttal, Nick. You'll get a rebuttal, Nick. But let's go soft on Nick because we do want our pink people to continue to come here. So, you know.
Oh, my bad. I'm not here often, dog. I just don't like pink people.
No, Chef. You know what I'm saying. Not you, but the chat too. You know, we we want the pink people to continue to come talk to us. We like to hear what they got to say. Go ahead, Chef. Sorry about that.
Oh no, you fine. I mean, I can see my face. I don't really respect anybody who's hiding their face and they sit up here and try to come from authoritative thing because you're YT. But I don't really believe you. I think you're some Puerto Rican dude who just wants to be that, and you're just sitting up behind your face. So I mean, if you need YT people out there, you want me to believe you or anything like that, you can't prove to me anything if you're scared to show your face. Because I'm out here in real life every day, stomping these streets like dead serious. Do a lot of community work, been doing it for years, and I don't have my face. So if you want me to take you seriously, I don't care about your rebuttal because you're nobody to me. You're a faceless person. You're a ghost, like you said, who wrote that book. And I'm laying there.
All right, I think Love is back. Thank you, Chef. Sis, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So Nick, thank you for being with us still. Shout out to the chat. Remember, y'all tap the live. Nick, you are now, I guess, a representative of white tea people and the atrocities that they also have caused. So I guess, we're kind of feeling like, now you're on our side. What is this about? You can understand where that's coming from, right? Based on your ancestral history.
Yeah.
I actually have a few questions for him.
Okay,
can I rebut that guy's claim? Though?
Yeah, hold on. I'll give you a minute, Nick, and then it's Miami turn. Go ahead.
A lot of what that guy is claiming is a negative, and if anyone here, is a normal functioning human, then you would know you can't prove a negative. So I don't even get into that stuff. He wants to say, well, you can't handle the heat. Not that it's anyone's business, nor do you care, but I live in the Florida Keys, and I have for about 17 years. So you could say that we can't survive in the heat, but we're doing pretty damn well down here. We're living high on the hog. So I don't know what the fuck that guy's talking about. He's just mad because his broadcast can't move down here. But we're in the heat.
Florida? In
Florida Keys, baby.
Somebody's upset because they can't live in Florida?
Florida Keys,
I'm not your
baby.
buddy. I'm not your buddy. I'm not your buddy.
If you're a brokey, just say that.
Just so y'all know, sis, Florida Keys is full of LGBTQ. We went down there one time, and me and my kids and family had to make a U-turn quick and get the hell up out of there. So it makes sense.
Don't come down here in October.
Okay, that's your month.
No, that's their month.
Oh, okay.
Nick,
hold on, we got to get to Miami. Go ahead,
And no, I've
Mike.
never used sunscreen, by the way.
Hey, good morning, y'all. How y'all
Good
doing?
morning, Miami.
All right, I'm trying to read this prompt because it's so small on the phone. I'm sorry. This white
Tap
people. Let's discuss a
tap the
story.
prompt. Tap the prompt.
Oh, press it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay, it didn't come up before. I'm sorry. Okay, let's discuss white people, the story of white Americans and the immigrants that admire them. Okay. With that being said, see what a lot of these immigrants don't understand is that we as Black Americans are the fabric of America. We were Americans before we were even citizens. So we're not going anywhere. So they can admire white America all they want. They could call us names and try to, push down on us. But at the end of the day, we're going to be here regardless. So they can attempt to push us out, or, just denigrate us to the point where they feel like we're worthless. But we the ones that hold more power than all of them. They don't hold a candle to Black Americans. You know what I mean? So when you have people like like Mexicans that come over here and they just take over California and they burning down Black folks' house and stuff like that, like they're the KKK. They fail to realize that by white supremacy inviting them over here is a bait and switch, because at the end of the day, once they have no use for you, they get rid of you. Hence what we see what's going on now. And then these same Mexicans fail to realize about Operation Wetback back in the 50s and the Texas Rangers and what they did to them. And they still have this love for them. I don't get it. I really don't understand. They embrace them. They act like they're the best thing since sliced bread, but they could do no wrong. But whatever issues they have with them, they don't address them directly. Of course, they always want to, put their frustrations out on us as if we could make the laws. So, and again, once they don't have any use for you being a buffer to anything, or you just ran your course, they're either going to get rid of you. And if you look back, behind the curtain, you if you don't really, how can I say, like if you look at the full lens of what's going on now, we're a small percentage of the population. They need more people to fill those prisons.
Thank you, brother, for your input. Shout out to Maroon. We appreciate you, Maroon. That comes up
Who
here.
you think is going to be the ones filling those jails?
And Sentinel and Soldier, we're going to rotate you down. Thank you for coming up.
Love, I wanted to ask you something real quick. Earlier when you asked Nick, what is the white tee's opinion about the Latinos? And he's like, what do you mean? Mm-hmm. Nick, you said you live in Key West. I would say 99% of the Cuban immigrants that illegally enter our country come through Key West in Florida. And you said you've been down there 17 years. That issue doesn't bother you as a American? Because when my sis asked you earlier, what about the Latinos? You were kind of clueless. Like, what do you mean? Key West has a major problem with the Latinos and people from the Caribbean coming through there. That's weird that you overlooked that.
Well, all the Cubans go to Miami. They stop through the Keys to get here. But they're, if you ever been to Miami, it is pretty much Cuba.
Yeah, he's a Latino, y'all. He ignored that earlier, but now he says he lives in Key West. The white tea people in Key West said that it's being taken over by Cubans. They hate it down there. HT hated down there. They're saying that they're landing on boats every other week. And Nick acted like that did not even exist. That is so bizarre.
That's been happening. But that's been happening since the dawn of time. That's not new.
No, but she asked you about it. First of all, Cuba has not been around since the dawn of time. I'll go on mute. Go ahead, nephew.
Yeah, no. He just told a straight up lie. No, it hasn't been going on since the dawn of time. That's very recent. And what's going on, ladies? I just wanted to say, hey, I had a late night and all that.
You was hanging out with Americans?
Oh, you were hanging out, bro.
Yeah. I had a late night, but we got to get to. Hold on, Mayo. Hold on.
Wait, y'all, don't
be nice, Maroon. Don't run him off, Maroon.
Right.
I just wanted to tell the chat to get
don't
the
tear his head off, Maroon.
Hey, don't be what you hate.
I don't like these Mayo creatures. I don't like them at all.
Don't be what you hate.
Hold on, Nick. 1 second.
Don't be what you hate.
1 second, sir. 1
Don't become
second.
what you hate
I
now.
promise we gonna get to you. I promise.
We don't
I just
want
wanted the
that.
chat to get the 50K
And
taps.
hold
That's
on,
all.
y'all. We don't want like a power on. We can have a conversation.
Yeah. I just want the chat to get the 50K taps. That's all. I'm just like, I woke up like the Undertaker just now. I think
Yeah, you did.
something happened and I just needed to get up. You know what I
Undertaker's
mean?
a white man, by the way.
Room chose violence.
Yeah, he chose violence.
You heard Nick though? He said the Undertaker's a white man, by the way, Maroon. So he said
Yeah, but he got all his swag from a black man, and he's admitted that on multiple interviews. So there goes that.
The
But anywho,
Undertaker?
I don't even
fun
know who the
fact.
Undertaker
Me
is. Is
either.
that a Russian?
That's what I'm like. What? Who is this?
You mean
He's one of the
big,
most famous
you mean the
wrestlers in
big tatted white
WWE history.
biker? The big tatted white biker got his swag from a black guy? Yeah, I doubt that.
Why would you doubt that?
Again, a big tatted white biker.
Right, yeah. We created the motorcycle, sir. And we
No,
helped
you
out
sure
with
didn't.
tattoos. White people.
Reading between the lines, Maroon, what he's trying to say is white bikers are that word that we don't like.
Yeah, you try to say you invented the motorcycle. No.
Yeah, where in Europe do they do
Aces,
tattoos?
they aces.
Hold on. Where in Europe do they do tattoos?
Where in Europe do they do tattoos?
Yeah, before black people came over there and started showing y'all how to do tattoos.
Have you ever heard of Ireland?
Hold on. Okay, tell me more about Ireland and tattoos, sir.
Go back and look at photos from the late 1800s in Ireland. All those guys had tattoos on their arms. That's where they get the chest
Where did they
pieces.
learn that from, sir?
The chest piece came from Ireland.
Dude.
Talking about the black Irish or the white tea Irish? Because we all know the original Irish were black. You know that too, right? You know that, right?
When you say Irish, I mean, there's only one group of people you think of. You don't think of black people.
No. But you know the original Irish were black. Even people from Ireland have acknowledged that.
Well, you can acknowledge that, but you got to also be able to prove it. But you can't.
Yeah, but sir, and Helicopter just put in the chat, tattoo been around since the beginning of time. Exactly, that's my point, is that black people were here first, sir. You're new peach, okay? You know what I'm saying? You're not, white tea people are not, you guys have been around since the beginning of time, bro. All right,
the beginning of time, yeah. I mean,
now.
that was a long time ago. We're not talking about the beginning of time.
Right, but you weren't here, sir. White tea people are new.
I wasn't. No, that would be impossible.
No, the white tea genes, the recessive trait, that wasn't around.
The ones that apparently don't exist, according to the guy that was on here before.
What?
The genes that he said that are real.
Shout out to Nick for still being here representing his race of people. Nick, do you have any other friends that you could bring in here with you to help?
Hold on. But for the record, Maroon, Nick is under the idea that this is a white and black country.
Correct.
I think it's all black country.
Okay.
And I think it's all black country because they're going away in vast numbers. And in the next 20 years, they probably won't be here at all, no more on the planet. So I think this is a black country.
Well,
that's just
someone in the comments said, I'm black, but I must say y'all sound racist.
Okay, go ahead, Nick, too. I know I ain't even want to read that. I see that.
Come up, Dwight Patterson.
Sorry, sis.
That's okay. Oh, damn. Nick?
Well, I respect your opinion. However, when you go throughout life thinking this way, always remember who's at the top. And what goes up must come down. And if we're going down, brother, you're coming down with us.
But that's how you're talking about the Muslims. But that's how you're talking about the Muslims. So if the Muslims go down, we're going down with them. That's how you're talking about a religion. So you sound like a hypocrite, Nick.
If you pick that side, I can't promise good things will come your way.
Nick say if white Americans go down, if the ship go down, Nick, you don't think? I mean, if white Americans go down, you don't think black Americans gonna be okay? You think they're gonna do something to us too?
No, history will show you that that's not how that happens.
He thinks black people can't swim. He's like, black people can't swim. Nick, do you think black people could swim?
That is a stereotype.
Hold on, real quick. Speaking of history, Nick, your people couldn't even civilize this without us. You realize that, right?
We've been keeping you. Hold
on, Mayo. Don't talk over me. We've been keeping you guys alive for over 500 plus years. This is the first time in history where we just said enough is enough. And now y'all on the news every day on CBS Morning
Sunday, whatever that news channel is, trying to talk about our history and the history of white supremacy. Don't go on Tea Time because you'll get dropped, little male boy. You better get off Tea Time. Yeah, you're going to get this
Don't
work.
drop them.
You're going to get this work. Yeah, we're going to speak truth to
You're
power.
talking about white
This is
liberals on
this is the
CNBC.
first time in 500 plus years that we said we're not keeping you alive anymore. How does that feel? All your people are now trying to acknowledge our history. We don't care about acknowledgement as tangibles. Go back to whatever think tank you came from and tell them no tangibles, no vote. Because that's what I think you're from.
Rome was built 1,000 years before
Hey,
Africa had.
We're not
hey,
talking
real
about
quick,
Rome. We're
Nick.
talking about the United States
Let
of
me
America,
bring a
sir.
historical fact to Nick real quick,
And
nephew, and
how
I'm gonna
did
land
Rome
because
get
I'm.
built?
But wait, Nick,
Sorry,
let me
Nick.
ask
Let's
him. Nick,
move on to the next guest.
Nick, do you know? Wait, sis, let me ask him one question, please. Do you know who the
All right,
Irish
because
Bengal lady is? The
people
oldest.
tell me they don't like coming over here because they feel like goddamn pets in the zoo. Like, you know what I mean? We don't. We can talk. I mean, we can. Do any other guests want to come up too? We got 2 open spots. I don't want to just person after person. Nick. I mean, come on now, y'all.
That's all right. That's all right. It doesn't make me look bad.
I want people to feel like they can come here. I want Asians. I want to debate with Asians, white people, every single body. And if they feel like that they don't have, they ain't gonna be able to say nothing, and it's gonna be straight pile on, they're not gonna come. What you
That's
mean for
fine with
what?
me. That's fine with
Hold
me.
on.
I
Courtney,
think Nick's doing great.
hold on, oh damn. What you mean for
I'm
what?
not. I'm
Hold
not a
on,
white
Nick.
liberal.
What do you
I
mean
don't
for what,
cower.
Courtney? Because I think it's a conversation Black Americans need to have with every ethnic group over here. That's why. That's for what? Go ahead, y'all.
That new people, Miss Love. Yeah, this dude's defeated.
We
He
got
just gets
Impact. We've been
impact.
waiting for a while. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's your ethnicity?
So I'm a foundational Black American on my mama's side, and my daddy is Senegalese. But I identify with my FBA side way more because I was born in the States. I watch your videos on YouTube all the time, so it's my first time to catch you on TikTok. Do you have any like rules before I get started? Like, I know you can't cuss, but anything else I can do to respect the panel?
Talk like you talking to like a
And don't
5-year-old
change
or
your
something.
picture.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah, y'all were talking
don't
at the same
go
time.
tea time.
Sorry, what'd you say? I didn't hear all y'all. One more time.
Don't go on tea time. Don't change your picture. Baby, how old are you? I just want to make sure you're of age.
24.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm addressing the panel. It says, let's discuss history of white Americans and the immigrants that admire them. I think it's just interesting because, like, historically speaking, white Americans have oppressed all these groups that are here. I mean, if you want to talk about, like, the Asians, we can start with the Philippines. They were a U.S. colony until 1946. And then if you want to go to, like, the Vietnamese during the Vietnam War, they had, like, a lot of deaths. The U.S. dropped.
WAR. You got.
Oh, I apologize. Yeah, my bad.
Go ahead.
The Vietnam WAR, the U.S. dropped more bombs on Vietnam than used on all sides.
Boom, 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 boom.
My fault.
No, you good. You got to talk like you talk like a 5-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you. My fault. I've never been on live. My fault.
Are you good? Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, the U.S. dropped more bombs on Vietnam than all other sides during the World W2. And millions of Vietnamese civilians and soldiers were unalive during that conflict. And then you go during the Korean WAR, a lot of U.S. BOMBs devastated a lot of the country as well. Then you go to Japan. Of course, this is the biggest one. They dropped 2, not 1, but 2 atomic bombs, which is a Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Mind you, this is around the time we're like protesting here in America for a lot of these people to, for the U.S. to stop a lot of these WARs and these conflicts overseas. And then when they get here, they just spit in our face. So I would say, to address the prompt, it seems to me like historically, as sad as it is to say and like how weird it is to say, it seems like a lot of these groups really admire the savagery of white Americans, it seems like, because Black Americans have done nothing to deserve all this vitriol to where they coming over here unaliving our babies and with impunity and siding with the unalivers. And it's just like, I don't know. It seems like they recognize or they respect the brutality of white Americans. That's why they think that they are the ones that built this entire nation, because they destroyed their homeland. So they think that, saying they run everything here, but they don't know anything about U.S. history. It was, foundational Black Americans who are, indigenous to this land and older than most Europeans, if you actually believe it. The majority of the Europeans didn't even get here to like the late 1880s, all the way to the 1920s. So that's all I say about the prompt. If y'all have any questions, let me know. I'll land my plane there.
All right, thank you. If it's any shout out to everybody in the room. Shout out to the amazing chat and everybody and all the brave panelists. If y'all can do me a favor, tap the screen, do your daily heart meets, follow the host, follow any panelists up here you might like. Don't forget to gift the host, gift the panelists if possible, but please tap for us, okay? And don't forget to share out the live. If anybody want to come up, we got 2 spots if y'all want to join the conversation, especially if you are an immigrant. Can you please come up? Or if you are white, if you check that white box, please come up. Y'all can have open panel. What I wanted to say is, for some reason, Nick, why do you think, why did you say the only
Why do you think?
the 2 people? Do you think, you don't see a problem, you don't notice a problem Black Americans is having with immigrant groups?
I think all of America has a problem with certain immigrant groups.
No, that's not true. It's not
They
true.
affect us all.
But listen, one thing we've noticed by doing our research and analyzing different situations, Nick, is that it seems to me it's a sector of the YT races. They it's a sector of immigrants that flock to them, and now we're dealing with anti-Black American immigrants and anti-Black American, well, I guess all immigrants, but all colors: white, Asian, Latino, the Black ones, even the Punjabis, as Maroon called them.
Well, you mentioned that when they do come here, they're often, you said, dropped off in predominantly Black neighborhoods.
That
Correct?
used to be the case, Nick, but they got a little money now because of their families being able to stay over here. So now they're choosing to go to the YT communities. But however, their businesses are in the Black community.
Yes. And I would say to that, just like the white communities, especially the more affluent ones in the country, we got to make our communities less accessible. Back in the day, everyone knew everyone knew every business, everyone was on one accord. Now it's not like that. So
wait. What do you mean by that, Nick?
Or certain communities are way too accessible than others.
Sir, yeah. What do you mean by everyone was one accord?
Well, like she just said, they come over here and they open businesses in your neighborhoods.
No.
Letting them
what do you
that.
mean by, that's not what I'm saying. What do you mean by everyone was one accord back in the day?
Well, if you've ever been in a small town, especially before the internet, everyone had the same line of communication. Everyone knew each other.
Who is everyone? Who's everyone? Who's this everyone you speak of?
Everyone in the communities. Everyone had a town center where they connected.
Are you talking about YT people, or who are you talking
He's
about?
asking you, are you referring to YT, Black T people?
White neighborhoods, Black neighborhoods. It doesn't matter.
He's talking about white people in their neighborhoods and Black people in their neighborhoods. Now immigrants is coming to all our neighborhoods. That's what he's saying, basically.
You're making your neighborhoods too accessible.
And what about y'all?
We didn't make them
Because they
accessible.
living in y'all neighborhoods now, Nick.
That's correct. And I would say what most white Americans have done is we are under the system of capitalism, obviously, and just like Las Vegas is sanctioned by one company. Every resort and hotel is owned by one company, and that's what all white neighborhoods are starting to do. They all keep it in-house. It's all controlled by one entity. If you don't have it that way, things get out of control and people slip through the cracks. So I would implore you to do the same thing in your communities and have everything under one entity.
What community?
Am I able to talk, or I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, hold
Lucian
on. I
got
was
it.
about to say something, and then you can and then Vandria, and then you impact. But hold on, Nick. What kind of white community you got that y'all get to decide who lives there, who moves there?
Well, I used Las Vegas as an example. Las Vegas used to be a sprawling city full of historic hotels
Uh
that
huh.
were iconic, each in their own unique way.
Right.
Now they've completely gutted old Las Vegas, and all of these new businesses and all these new resorts and hotels, they are all controlled under the same holding group, the same companies. They all own the same buildings now. It's not all fair market. Everything is controlled by one entity, and that's how you keep control of the area. That's how you
But
keep
I'm saying,
control of
what?
the.
But y'all don't have that kind of control in white neighborhoods
Are
because
you sure
everybody
about
live in
that?
white neighborhoods.
That's what
Are you
he's trying
sure?
to explain, that they have incorporated, right? Because what we
Oh,
thought
okay,
of,
okay.
yeah, they've incorporated just like the United States of America is a corporation, right? Um, so that's what he basically trying to tell us that we need to do. So that way the corporation owned the property. So that way you would have to go through the founders of the corporation, which would make
Right.
it harder for you to purchase or buy or do
Correct.
anything like that.
Okay. Well, thank you, One Big, for explaining it. Yeah. Yeah, definitely we need to do that. White America, well, white people, I can't tell y'all what to do. Go ahead, Andrew. We need
And,
to definitely do that.
and I agree with that, and thank you, one. And I was actually going to explain it that, but you did, and I appreciate that. But another caveat too, Nick. So, with these businesses, right, that these immigrants are coming in and setting up shop predominant black neighborhoods, such as restaurants, such as nail salons, such as hair stores, such as liquor stores, et cetera, et cetera. Due to Black Americans having a change of lifestyle in terms of where we shop at, where we do business at, and where we decide to be a consumer at, those things are changing, right? So these businesses are going to
Mhm.
shut down slowly but surely. There's actually recently, I saw something yesterday. There are two of them that shut down. I'm not going to name the city and state, but there's, and I don't, I mean, losing your business is not a great thing. However, Black Americans, we're dictating where we want to be a consumer at. Thus, in turn, we will reevaluate that being incorporate, being an incorporation. Woo! Pardon me. Sorry about that. So, but my overall point is this: um, these companies or these businesses, right? Can they move into your neighborhoods? Because where are they going to go? Where are these Asian salons are going to go? These liquor stores, these Chinese food restaurants. Where are they going to go?
See, that's not our problem. Our problem is to have our credit
Yeah.
ready, have
No,
our
I
business
know
plans
that's my
ready
point. One, that's my
to
point.
purchase. We don't
That's my
care where
point.
they
That
go.
it's not. No, that's my point. I'm asking him. Can they go to his community? I'm not asking us to be concerned about it. I'm asking him, are they able to go to your community?
Well, I would say yes and no. I mean, it all
I
depends.
think not, but I'll let you
No,
explain.
that would be a hard no.
Uh, I mean, I completely understand where you're coming from. A lot of these people, especially that come over on H1s, they're already part of some kind of industry, whether that be oil or something. But that's why, in these situations, you got to play hardball. A lot of times, like I heard you say, well, we need to change the way we consume. Well, deciding where you put your money and where you don't only goes so far. You got to play hardball. You got to try to step over and, kind of take what's yours. What I mean by that is when you walk into a place, whether that be a restaurant, everything is everywhere you go, they have to report to somebody. So if you walk into a liquor store where you got some dude from India working behind the counter and he owns the place, you know, all you got to do is walk back in the freezer section, and if he's got cases of let's say Bud Light slashed in half, that's illegal. You can report that, and I know that because I used to work for an inspection agency. All of these things you can go in and report. You can get their ass shut down, and then a week later, someone from the community can move in and open a business there. You got to play hardball. It's the only way you're going to win. So it's survival of the fittest in our society. The way it
So
goes.
to answer your question, no, they cannot, because they will not allow it, because the corporations
We
won't
gotta move.
allow it.
Okay. Impact.
For the gifts.
I think Ms. Love, I think it's Impact's
Yes, sir.
turn, and then Nick could go ahead and go, and then we got Miss Auntie KD up here. I just wanted to make sure we got to the new guest, then we could, you know what I mean, go back. Go ahead, Impact. I'm gonna start your timer.
Would you mind refreshing my memory about the discussion at hand really quick? Were you talking about businesses in the black community?
Just hope the Asians hear that. Y'all can't go into their neighborhoods.
Oh, no, they going home in them shipping containers that came in.
And the Indians.
All of them.
He said that they can't go in their neighborhoods. Nick, you
That's
don't
what
want them in your neighborhood?
No, I was asking
They
what y'all were.
can't go and set up shop and open their businesses.
I'm not going to
over there.
say that.
The corporations aren't going to allow that. We know that. I just wanted to hear him say that. You
if
know,
they do come into your
but
neighborhood, though, all I'm saying is that there's
the Asians, y'all. I hope y'all hear that.
Wait a
there's
minute, go
ways
ahead,
that you
Nick.
can remove them.
And Nick already went. It's
No, I
Impact's
wanted to
turn.
hear what he said.
Go ahead,
They
Nick.
don't
He
follow
can
any
go.
regulations, so just an FYI.
Go ahead, Impact. Do you know what we talking about?
You're talking about businesses being set up in black communities and also the white communities, but it's not really the white communities. It's mostly black communities that these foreigners set up shop
Yeah,
in.
well, I think Zandria asked them, will they accept them, you know, after we don't spend money with them, to at least enough money to keep their doors open. Will the white communities accept them? And I think Nick said no.
They absolutely would not. Like, they purposely set up shop in our communities. Like, the reason why they can't go into white communities is because they won't let them. That's why the majority of these like foreigners are in black communities, and they've set up, it works for white people too, because they get to kind of drain the wealth of the black community. Because like, I believe I saw a stat, it was like really bad. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody here. I think it was like 2% of black businesses in the black community are owned by us. The majority is like foreigners. So it's like we're spending a lot of wealth. We have like a lot of spending power, $2 trillion, but we're not retaining that wealth because all of our money is going to a lot of these foreigners. And it's not the same in white communities. I disagree wholeheartedly with Nick on that. You got to understand the history of this country from like.
Nick said that they wouldn't have it in their community.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. I mean, you think about all this, like their rhetoric with like great white replacement theories and like their birth rates dying. Like, I don't think they would allow all these foreigners to come into their communities in droves the way they have with black American communities. I do not think that. Yeah, I just disagree wholeheartedly. You said what?
He said that.
Yeah, he said that. He said that, baby. But the Asians been incentivized since the 1970s to receive 0% interest rate loans, to open up their businesses, to receive a business loan and put them smack dab in the middle of our predominantly black American communities. They've been incentivized to do this. The Asians, I'll say people from the Asia continent, because that includes Indians, that includes the Vietnamese, that includes the South Koreans, because the Vietnamese is where, as women, we used to go to get our nails done, and then they would open up the hair stores, and then we have the Chinese restaurants, and then we have the Korean restaurant, et cetera, right? And then the 7-Elevens, et cetera. These people have been incentivized predominantly by the government. The government sanctioned the banks to go ahead and give them 0% loans. This has been going on since the mid-'70s, so over 50 years.
I agree. And he also was like little undercut. You heard what he said. He's like, if they are not up to code and they're in your community, you go report. So basically that's the same thing likewise what they do. So that's why he's saying like, oh yeah, they may or may not come, because if they do get in a community, if they catch them doing anything that's not law abiding or any little thing, they're going to call the state people on them and get them wrapped up and get them right on up out of there.
Yep, exactly.
Do you think that would apply the same if black Americans reported it as well, though? Like, I don't think the weight of a white person reporting. Go ahead.
I think it does. But this is the problem with black communities, right? We're so humble and we've always taught to just sweep it under the rug and walk away. Because when I, like let's just hypothetically say I go to McDonald's my order is wrong. I made it home. I either want a refund or I want you to replace my order. And my mom, every time I do that, my mom is like, Tatiana, you do too much. And I try to explain to her, Mom, this is why these rules are in place. Because if we don't utilize them, then it leaves people to neglect us. So a lot of people are scared.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, because if you look at the Cyrus Belton unaliving, I know that's a really extreme example, but it's like, put that same exact situation in a white community where a white child goes into a store, doesn't steal a water bottle, makes it out the store, is chased down over 200 yards, and then gets acquitted. Like, I really think these foreigners have gotten comfortable, and these, like, even if we do report it, I don't think we have that much power to where we can get an entire gas station or restaurant shut down just because, like, we reported it. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that.
No,
Like, you gotta
listen, this
understand.
is the
Go
problem that
ahead.
we have.
We
The
got to land this
problem that
plane
we
too,
have.
because Mr. K here. So just go ahead. Go ahead, Feather. Go ahead, land your plane, and then we're
Oh,
gonna get
I
right
did.
into.
I was
No,
listening.
I'm saying Feather. If she could land her plane, then we're gonna get to Auntie K.
Yeah, because mainly the thing is about the complaining. Okay, you still going back to that store, right? Because I told my mom, I'm like, we boycotting, right? They still going to these businesses. I call LA because I don't stay directly in LA. So I call LA. People still in the nail shops, they still there. So this is the thing. People are not supporting their own community. We have power in numbers. And if we don't move those numbers, then they're going to feel comfortable to keep doing what they're doing. But we can't be afraid to do it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
I
Feather.
agree.
I
And
agree,
that's the
sis.
problem. I totally agree with her. I walk past nail shops, Asian stuff, and I don't know if they Black American, because, I just don't know. But it's Black people in them places.
I agree.
Black people don't want to be inconvenienced, and you have to be inconvenienced if you want to make change. I'm just gonna say I love my people, but y'all gotta stop worrying about being inconvenienced. If it means that there's a Black owned nail salon that's 30 minutes away from the one that you go to that's 10 minutes away, take that 30-minute drive, because I do nowadays. That's exactly what I do.
I'm gonna say I think most of us are on code, but Ms. Love and them know I've taken videos inside these places, and I go around Dallas, I go around the whole DFW area, searching for our Black-owned businesses, and along the way, I want to see who's still shopping in these places. I want a temperature check, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Get some Meta shades. Go get some Meta shades. Go get some Meta glasses. Go take videos of whatever you see. I'm actually doing Black business promos over here. Sometimes I'll even drive an hour. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I just love being around my people, and I don't like being in little Mayo villages. Now, Auntie K,
Yes. I
how you
feel
doing this morning?
I'm fine. How are you, Maroon? I was on
I'm
a
doing all
little
right. Huh?
I was on a little earlier. You wasn't here.
Oh,
I
okay, my bad.
want to comment about, some of the things Nick was saying. To me, but before I do that, but to me, I feel like all immigrants, as harsh as this may sound, are a detriment to us in all ways. And I don't mean physically as abusive. I'm saying as far as our economic power and what we can be in this country. And I feel like they don't feel as though we are capable of running our own country when we are the masters of running everything. We are the creators of civilization, and we have civilized everyone else. But until we get all the people off the land that don't belong here, we won't be able to assess what we can do and how we can build together. And we have to go through, like Andrea was saying, we don't like to be inconvenienced. But until we go through the hard stuff, we can't get to the good stuff. And so to me, I feel like nobody needs to be here but us. And so we can get ourselves together and move forward, because we are well and capable of running our own land without anybody else being on here. Then we can choose and decide who we allow to come back on it. And that's just how I feel it'll be settled.
Can I rebuttal her point, or is there someone else next? I just feel like I hear what y'all are saying about the inconvenience part, because I agree, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I don't know. I feel like we're putting a little too much power into that saying. Like, you got to understand, a lot of these banks and landlords and like these people who give grants, they purposely set up these foreigners in our community. So it's like, we get discriminated for like loans and grants for people who are not even citizens. Like, you look at California, like, we have just been pushed out. And I don't think that has anything to do with, you know, just convenience. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like engineered that way. If you look at prior to like 65, I mean, we were in a apartheid nation, you know, with Jim Crow, but it's like we had our own businesses. We had the black dollar in the community, you know what I'm saying? That all didn't just go away because of us. Like it was set up this way to establish all these foreigners. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's just, I don't know. I can understand the convenience thing because it's hard, you know what I'm saying? Like people, especially like the hood, driving that many miles just to get some hair, go get some gas. It can definitely be an inconvenience, but I feel like we should like, I don't know, collectively, like multiple people just put our money together, starting up our own things. Cause like these banks are not giving us loans to start up our own shops and stuff. So yeah, I just want to put that out there. I'll land my plane.
Can I rebuttal
Sure.
him? And that's exactly what I'm saying, Impact. But if we were here in the majority as we should be, then it will be easier for us to do that because we will be pushed into a situation where we wouldn't have a choice. And sometimes in order for change to happen, that's what has to have a choice. I mean, that's what has to happen for change to happen. For sometimes we have to get backed against the wall and fight our way out to see the other side. And the only way we're going to be able to really do that is if we're together doing it without all these distractions and all these other people and things and them stating their opinions about who we are and what we need to do and all this stuff. That stuff is a distraction. And of course, the government has slid them in order to destiny swap with us because the way the Constitution was set up, we were supposed to receive things. But so they put other people in place and made it where this immigrant stuff, that's their whole birthright thing. But those people were not the people. And if you know, most people probably already know, they're not the people who that birthright citizenship was for. They didn't want to say it was our land, so they had to make that for us. It's not for all these other people. So they shouldn't be able to just come here, have a kid, and then be like, this is our home now. Hell no. Because we have been here forever, and our ancestors lost everything. And now every time we turn around, somebody else is sliding, and it's these people, it's that people, it's this, and then they have a superior attitude towards us when they come from crap. So, you know, and then people want to get offended when a crazy one said they come from shit cold countries, but it's the truth. But then you want to come here on our beautiful land that our ancestors created, built, and invented everything. And then you want to say, oh, they don't have no culture. They don't have this and they don't have that. So to me, I don't feel like none of them should be here. We need to regain our land, get ourselves together, and invite back who we want to invite back. Because until that happens, we're going to still be scratching for crumbs and all of that. So I land.
I just want to remind y'all, they can get whatever grants, loans, and all this other stuff, but we don't have to shop with them. That's number one. We always have control of where our dollar goes. That's our hard-earned money. I think two things can be true at the same time, right? Also, something I want to remind everyone of is I think we are misinterpreting a very big factor is we need to look at how each party runs their cities, right? Democrat run cities like Orlando was when I was living there. It's changing now because of the gerrymandering, thank God. But Scott Frost and Buddy Dyer, who's the mayor of Orlando, and Scott Frost is a representative who's one of Jasmine Crockett's biggest friends. These people were advocating in Orlando wholeheartedly for these Venezuelans to get all these dang on benefits, right? And they marginalized and pushed the black people outside of Orlando. Now Scott Frost is wanting black Americans specifically to move back to Orlando. If y'all go over and look at Paramore area, y'all go over there to Pine Hills, y'all go over there to Mercy Drive, y'all go look at these different places that have been riddled with crime due to these democratic policy, these democratic policies of these immigrants getting money. They will literally move these people in overnight. They'll move the businesses in overnight, literally overnight, and you will wake up in the morning and see them. If you go to Orlando now, you might see a bunch of Hispanic businesses all over the place. I don't know how it still is now because ICE is starting to sweep through, which is a lovely thing for us. But if y'all could read the writing on the walls, now the YT people are getting rid of the immigrants, white, black, Hispanic, whatever, indifferent, Asian, don't matter. They get rid of all these immigrants. And now they are unaliving at alarming rates, which means that we will be the ones to inherit the country. That's going to happen regardless. But I think along the way, a great strategy is to not spend with these people.
Hi guys, how are you?
Why they always come around whenever we talking about real business?
Mute your mic, bro.
No, that's a bussy popping Punjabi. That ain't nothing important. Anyways, but yeah, so yeah, that's all I want to say is that we are on the majority on code right now, but I think certain pockets of us need to get more on code, and yeah, I think that'll be the best thing. But like I always encourage people, have these uncomfortable conversations within the household, and make sure that you are talking about stuff that all of you want to see and the things that you all do not want to see, things you don't agree with, because we're all not going to agree on the same thing. We're not a monolith. Black people are not a monolith. That's one of the most beautiful things about us. We can disagree, move along. That's how we survived for over 500 plus years. That's how we will continue to survive in the future. And I land with that on top of that. I land on top of, what's that thing called? Oh yeah, Aladdin's magic carpet. That thing that just came up here.
I actually wanted to comment on what Impact was saying, because we have to stop giving them the illusion that we can't do these things, right? Because in Los Angeles, California, most of the McDonald's are owned by a Black family, right? So we have things. It's just, and we can get things, right? It's just that we have to work together. We have to be willing to help each other. And what a lot of people don't know is they're getting them loans and grants because they know how to put in for their minority certificate. Wait a minute. If I go out, it's gonna put me on tea time. I'm gonna drop after this, and I'm gonna put the link in the chat. For the minority certificate, it helps you get loans. It helps you get contracts. That's why when you go to these banks, they ask you, "Are you a minority?" But if you can't prove it, then you won't get considered to be first, right? But these foreigners are coming in and they're getting the training and they get in the certification that we don't have.
Can I rebuttal that?
We got to move on to the new guest. We got Sonya. Hey, Sonya.
All right, should I drop down?
Hey, good
If you want to.
morning, Miss
Oh no,
You
Love.
I
ain't
don't know
got
how it
to
works.
go
That's what I'm asking.
Impact.
I'm just asking.
No, you
I
ain't
never
got
been
to
on these.
Impact. No, we just got to get to the new people. Then we'll go back to open panel. That's all.
Gotcha. I'll stay muted.
Okay. Hey, Sonya.
Hey, how's everybody?
Good. Happy day to you. You
Oh,
want to
thank
address the
you.
prompt?
Miss Sonya, my bad.
Yes. Hey, FB Maroon, how you?
I can't call it.
Okay, let's see.
Thank you,
What's it say?
CB.
Let's discuss white people. Let's discuss the history of white Americans and the immigrants that admire them. Well, white people think they're superior. I'm not prejudiced. My great-great-grandma is from Ireland. So, I don't know if I could say. Unfortunately or fortunately, I'm not sure how that works. But
Thank you, Teflon.
and as far as the immigrants go, well, they came here to take our place. We all know that. And we know that the white tea people set that up. And we know that now they're going crazy because half of the white tea people want them to go back where they came from. Because, see, they brought them over here and now they don't have no control of them. They just here doing whatever they want. They didn't envision that when they helped bring them over here. They thought they was going to be able to control them. And I don't see what made them think that. If they looked at the country they were coming from, they didn't have any control in their own country. So why would they have some here? And going into the businesses, as far as that goes, well, actually, I want to speak to the young lady was talking about her mom. I kind of had my dad is 86, and he is very, I guess I want to say, comfortable. He comes from Mississippi and he was in the military for a long time. He just don't want no problems dealing with these YT people. You know what I mean? And he live in California, but he just stay in his own lane. He don't really push back unless he really gets angry. And sometimes that really irritates me because I'm like, that man is like 20 years younger than you. Are you just going to not say anything? To the point where I'm like jumping in, like, what is wrong with you, fool? Don't be talking to my dad like that. Like, they really are disrespectful to our elders too. And I don't like that. That's a whole nother, experience to have to watch that. It really bothers me. And the immigrants, they ain't not no better. And I ain't spending my money with them. We got to all get on the same page with that. I land my plane.
All right. Did anybody have any rebuttals from Miss Sonia?
I absolutely agree, Miss Sonia. I have done everything that I could so I wouldn't have to spend no money with them as much as I could. And I locked my hair up, so I'm a cosmetologist. I did have to, get my stuff from their manufacturers for my nails and my pedicure, but I went and got all of my own stuff so I can do my nails and feet at home. It's not that deep, you know what I'm saying? And I have been stopped going to them, like it's been over a little over a year. So, we really have to patronize our own community. It's important that we do that. It's even like the sister was saying, if it's inconvenient, if you're able to get there still, you know what I'm saying, get there, because it's important until we can pull ourselves up economically. And now is the best time ever. There's so many different ways that we can hustle and make money and do things. Cause I have like a lot of different hustles. I'm technically retired because of health conditions, but I bake cakes and sell them. I'm a freelance writer. I do a little film directing and stuff like that, for small
Thank you.
productions. So, I feel like we are able to sustain ourselves. We just have to believe that we can and not not let the inconvenience, because our ancestors walked on boycotts and didn't take buses for miles. And we have to have that tenacity and be willing to, do those things in order for us to get to the next level.
Okay. Shout out to that.
Yeah, it's on road.
Go ahead, Ms. Lil. I was going to ask you who you wanted to go next. I don't know who came up first.
Yeah, road.
Rogue.
Actually, teaching came up first.
Teaching did. Okay, hold
Yeah,
on. Let me.
and
Okay,
then
go ahead.
Rob.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Zandria.
Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome, lovely.
Go ahead. Hey, teaching, how you doing? Child.
Did she mean to come up? Okay.
She probably didn't.
Okay.
That mistake. Hey, Rogue.
How you doing?
Fine. What's your ethnicity, Rogue?
African American, Creole, Detroit born.
Okay, you want to address the
White people, let's discuss history. Let's discuss white people history. Well, the first European settlement was Jamestown in 1607.
You didn't finish reading the whole prompt, Rob.
Oh, let's discuss history of white Americans and the immigrants that admire them. So the first part, Jamestown, 1607, that's the first English settlement. You also had the Spanish, who were out in California, Mexico, Florida, and then later other immigrants from other European countries came to this country. You eventually had the Chinese, the Irish, the Italians. So that's a brief history of white America, if you want to call them white. The question about the immigrants, I'm not quite sure what you're pertaining to in terms of they want to admire the white folks. Chinese had a hard time with white people, so I don't know if they've ever admired them. The Irish had a hard time with the white people, so I don't know if they admire them. The Italians, the small hats, all these folks had to deal with these European individuals. So I'm not sure if anybody really admires them. So I just land there.
All right, hold on. Everybody don't go at once because I know you probably got a lot of rebuttals.
Man,
Hold
maroon.
on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Just hold on. Bear with me. Bear with me. Who wants to go first?
I cannot. Oh,
Yeah, you go first. Who want to go second? Impact.
Yeah, I'll go second. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right, is that it? That's the only people got rebuttals for him because trust me, this about to go somewhere. All right, go ahead, Zan. I'm gonna start your
well,
timer.
thank you, maroon. Well, okay, so the hold on, it's my fault, y'all. I mean, okay, so Rogue. So when you finish reading the prompt, you still kind of went on a diatribe about what your perceived and or pseudo perception of history and small hats having their problems with the white Anglo-Saxons, right? As you said, that is factual to a certain degree, right? They weren't even classified as white tea or falling into what we know them to be the white tea umbrella today, right? They weren't even classified as that back then, but now they are. Now they are, right? And we can't blindly and live in a land of delusion where we're just going to blindly, accept the fact that they have all assimilated and they all align themselves with white tea ideology, white tea thinking, white tea way of living. And the list goes on and on. They fall absolutely lock in step with white tea, with white teas. And so I have an issue with you not following through with something that's kind of blatantly and plainly obvious. You kind of just left it there and left it very much with ambiguity. So I don't want to kind of jump down your throat too much because I would like you to expound if you can. But if that's where you're standing, if that's where you're landing, that's fine. But
Hold on, Zan, you gotta land. You gotta land.
when it comes to their admiration that these immigrant groups that you brought up, right? Because and those immigrant groups that you brought up weren't even the melanated immigrant groups. You brought up the immigrant groups that would associate or would check on the box on government forms that they are white tea, right? You left off the African and Caribbean immigrant groups, and these people absolutely, they absolutely align themselves with white tea Anglo-Saxons. I land. It's so much I want to say. I know I'm under a timer.
Listen,
Okay.
I know we've been dealing with Rogue all week, sis. Go ahead, Rogue. Get your
really?
reply.
Oh,
Very quickly,
Man, hold
very
on.
quickly, they
After
simply.
everybody goes, Andrea.
Why
Yeah.
has your phone got a back?
It's
His
a
phone
Tether
back up.
Motorola, sis. It's a Tether Motorola. Let me see here. Go ahead, Rogue. Let me start your timer for your reply. You got a reply for Zandra?
Yes, I do. And it's very
Go ahead,
simple.
Somali.
They assimilated, they became Americans. And to say that, I take issue with the word admire. I don't know if it's so much they admire, but they wanted to live like white Americans. Everybody does. Everybody wants to have a nice home. Everybody wants to drive a nice car, be able to travel, things of that nature. Now, if that was white society, because they were the majority, and then everybody else comes along and say, well, hey, I want that too. Are we admiring the whiteness or are we admiring what they're able to do? So even the African immigrants and all those other folks that you said I didn't mention, they admire what is American, what it is to be American, I don't think it's necessarily just because they're white. I think it's what is America? What are the characteristics of being American?
Okay.
Having a nice house, car, things of that nature.
All right, wait a minute, Ro. They tell us day in and day out on these panels that this is the white specifically. They didn't say American. They made sure they emphasized white man's country. The white man has the power here. Okay? So that's why. Why do they admire white people? That sounds like admiration to me.
That sounds like they're just stating fact. Of course, this is a white-controlled country. It's predominantly white in terms of population. I'm not sure if they're saying it out of admiration.
When they tell black people that they are powerless and white people have all the power, in my opinion, that's admiring, uplifting white people, not black Americans.
Again, that's still basically fact, okay? That as much as black people have achieved in this country, we're still the minority. We don't have all the power politically, economically. So for them to make that statement doesn't mean that they admire.
Black Americans are not the minority. We are the largest and oldest ethnic group in this country. We shouldn't allow these fallacies to go. You got to start telling people exactly who you are. Okay, you Italian, you German, you Irish, you Haitian, you Nigerian, African, whatever. I don't know how y'all gonna split up all them 54, but you them people. You're Mexican. When you split up all these groups, Black Americans are the oldest and largest ethnic group here. So I don't know why you would say something like that.
Well, if you want to say that white people are an ethnic group, maybe, but we're 40 million African Americans, Black Americans out of 340 to 350 million people in this country. We're not the majority.
That's not true. I said if you split up, because what we're working on, we're trying to get rid of all this flat blackness and flat whiteness. And once we achieve that goal, we will be the oldest and largest ethnic group of people here. It's not and it's more than 40 million Black Americans. So
Thank you.
yes, it's not 40 million Mexicans. It's not 40 million Irish. It's not 40 million Africans in any country here. Or it's not 40 million Italians in the United States.
We used to be the second largest minority group. By 2020, we were surpassed by the Hispanics.
At this point. His next rebuttal.
Yeah, impact.
To his last point, as far as the numbers, that doesn't really negate what she's saying. She's saying that Black Americans, specifically foundational Black Americans, we've been here the longest. So it's like if you're flooding this country with Europeans from abroad that just got here the past 20 years or Latinos, it doesn't matter. Like we're still the oldest ethnic group in this country. But I want to go back to his original.
Yeah, that's a claim that UFBAs
UFBAs.
Go ahead, impact. Hold on.
Where are you from
Let me
again?
restart your
Yes,
time.
UFBAs.
No. Hey, Rogue, if you keep coming off mic, because you already got a janky phone with that recording device you got next to it, I will drop you.
Where did he say
Nobody
he was from?
interrupted you, so not Impact. Sorry, Rogue. I'm talking about Rogue. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Impact. Let me restart your time.
Okay, well, I was just gonna hone in on his first point. He was
from, so he can have a better discussion or a better reply. And let me tell you now, have we figured out what impact from? Because he keeps saying African American.
No, that's not me.
Rogue.
I'm FBA, Senegalese. I said.
I know. We talking about Rogue. We talking about Rogue.
You said Senegalese. What about Senegalese?
Said my mom when I first joined the panel.
Lovely.
I said when I first joined the panel, my mom is foundational Black.
I'm not even talking about you, Impact. I'm
My
talking
bad.
about we still trying to figure out what Rogue is because he keep on saying.
Yeah, he said UFBAs with a nasty tone, so I was just trying to figure out like where are you from again?
We've been trying to figure it out. He keep on
UFBAs, and you're like undermining Black Americans like really
He
bad too.
sounds
So I'm just,
Somali. Yes, Maroon.
You sound Somali. I couldn't get the accent at
He
first.
sounds
Oh, brother.
Somali as hell.
Oh, brother.
Maroon.
You up there in
Thank
Minnesota?
You, bro.
I got an accent from Detroit, Michigan. I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Malians.
Detroit, Motown proud. That's my
You don't even
accent.
sound like a black American. You're
Well,
trying
you
way
know
too
what?
hard.
That's because I speak proper
Comment, sir. I
English.
want to address his thing. I want to
I
address
speak
his
proper
earlier.
English.
Can I address his earlier
Everyone
remarks?
on this panel speaks proper English. You can cut that tired trope out.
Stop telling me. Stop telling.
Hold on, Impact. Go ahead, Impact. So
Stop telling me who I am.
Hold on, dude. Stop, man. Get that recording device from near your phone, sir. All right, go ahead, Impact. Let me restart your time. Impact. Impact, you got
Sorry, I was muted. My bad.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to address his earlier comments about how the Chinese and Italians and all these like white people that weren't white at the time came into the country. I want to hone in on the Irish. They got here after they were fleeing the potato famines that was happening in Ireland, where their people were getting starved. And initially, they weren't really considered white. They were brought here as indentured servitudes, but they were kind of like hazed into whiteness. And as far as the prompt goes, you can tell that they did indeed admire the white people that were here before them. This country is founded on two ideologies, white supremacy and black empowerment. And you can tell they did not even come close to aligning with black empowerment. We can start with the anti-black race riots that were happening, like the New York draft riots in 1863, where they unalived a lot of black New Yorkers, black homes, black businesses. Can't say the word, but we know when you're hanging from a tree, they did all those horrible things. And then and then we can't even get, I didn't even like start on the police departments, which came from the slave patrol, which they willingly joined. They joined the police departments, fire departments. A lot of these unalivings were happening from the Irish. So I don't really understand how he was saying that they didn't admire them. Like he said that they were being mistreated, which was true at first, but eventually they were hazed into whiteness. So
They admired power.
No, they admired anti-black violence. That's what brought them over here.
Hold on.
And they did not stop. They did not have a care in the world to protest on our behalf. Correct. Go ahead, though.
You said they came over here because of the potato famine.
Hold on, Rogue. This is not a back and forth. Let me give you your time because we got to get to new people on the stage. So you got your final rebuttal. Rogue.
I'm saying to Impact that the Irish came over here because of the Irish famine in the 1830s. Yeah, they gained power. They got into the police force. Yeah, they were brutal to African Americans. But like any human being that gets power, they used it.
Yeah, and don't call us that no more, sir. We done told you plenty of times around.
Don't call you what? Don't call you what?
Oh, I'm not an African American.
Oh, I didn't say that.
You did. You just called us
I
all African Americans.
Yeah, I said that because
there's a new rule for you. Whenever you come up, you address us as Black Americans the least, or foundation of Black Americans. Understood?
I'm African American.
You call yourself that, but you're not going to call the rest of us that or our ancestors. Agreed?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, thank you. Go ahead, finish get your lie off. Come on.
So, again, it's about power, not admiring white folks. It's about power, and it's about, it's about being human. And you guys want to always internalize things as it's Haitian or it's this or that. A lot of this just simply has to do with being human beings. You got good human beings, you got bad human beings. You got good behavior, you got bad behavior. And let me just say this, FBA Maroon, I don't want to see you on the street because your punk ass is going to get a beat down from me.
Did you just threaten my friend?
Yeah, just drop him. Just drop this clown.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Maybe entertain this goofy.
Hold on. What's your how can you tell us
where he gets off telling me what I call somebody? Where does he get off? Where does he get off telling me that? We've been called Negroes. We've been called.
You keep saying we. You're not.
We've been called a lot of different things over 100 years, and he gonna tell me I come up here and I can't say
how he can find you.
You must be insane.
Can you tell us how he can find you?
Where can I find you at?
I told you I live in Detroit, Michigan.
Where?
You know what? You figure it out. You're intelligent.
Right. Come on.
Making these threats.
Yeah, you talking real
You
big. Don't
scared now.
backtrack
We asking
now.
where your location. Drop the low.
Come on, bro.
I ain't
Now we
never
got a
been to
moment
the
of
Right,
South. I love to
silence.
baby.
go.
Drop.
Now we got
That's
a moment of
like
silence.
that baby
Okay.
said. Drop the low. Drop that low.
Drop the
You
low.
know what?
Drop the
You know
I
ass.
didn't
what?
know he's not
You know
in
what?
Detroit.
I told
He's
you
He's
where
in
I
not.
live, so
Minnesota.
you figure it
He's in
out. And
Minnesota.
you come to this city, you ain't gonna do shit
You
anyway.
from the
So
west side, east side, south
I'm an
side?
east side. I'm an east sider.
You off
I'm an east
Gratiot? You
sider.
off
Stop talking like you're a
Jefferson?
black American, bro. You're trying
You
too hard.
off where? You off
I
Black?
grew up in
Where
the
you at?
suburbs, and I'll
Hold
You
on,
know
slap
where
the
you?
Stony.
taste out your
Hold
mouth.
on,
Hold
Stony.
on,
You
hold
off
on.
Black? You off Gratiot? You off Jefferson?
I'm off
Oh, Gratiot and what?
Gratiot and Van Dyke.
Oh, really? Oh, you in the hood, bro?
I'm glad
They can't
somebody
they can't
You
believe
appreciates
believe
that.
that,
that.
lovely? You believe that? You
I
believe
Nope.
don't
that?
believe
Glad
that
she
he
I don't
appreciates
really
that.
either.
Okay, but what? I mean, you know what?
He
What
in
somebody supposed
Dearborn.
to do? Just circle around Gratiot and Van Dyke looking for you?
Meet me there Saturday, 2 o'clock
Boy,
on the
bye.
northeast
Bro, go play
side.
with somebody else. Don't threaten my mods ever again.
And that's a punk, people. That's he was a hostile punk.
He talking
Okay.
about he up in there. He up in the 2-family flat somewhere next to a AFC home. I know that area.
He ain't.
Delineation
Ain't
got these
nothing
folks
wrong.
hurt.
Shout out to the multi units. I ain't turning. You know what I mean? I ain't tripping. I wish I owned one, but I'm just saying. Like you don't just. He got so mad because we don't want to be. Because we don't want people calling our ancestors African
Man,
Americans.
That's what delineating does
He
to these
wanted to
folks.
threaten to crack your head to the white meat, Maroon.
I would have loved to see him try it. I ain't gonna lie. I would have loved to see that. People don't know me. Hey, I'm here for all of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. So we can
Don't
play if you
even
want
Yeah,
trip.
to.
bro.
Don't
You
even
putting
trip,
out
brother.
gas.
He's you know how you can smell the weakness on someone. You know what I'm saying? Without even we could smell it. He's
Yeah,
not
we can
about that
smell
life.
blood in the water. You know what I'm saying? Like a shot.
Yeah,
It
So
ain't
yeah,
even
exactly.
that. I can just tell from his voice.
yeah.
He ain't grow up in the
That's
hood.
what I'm
He
saying,
probably was
love.
and if he
He isn't
was, if
serious.
he did grow up in the D, he definitely was in the house or something like that.
He ain't never hop off that porch. He
Right,
talking,
exactly. His
please.
mama kept him right on the porch.
I think he's a Haitian, y'all.
Probably. She kept
Nah,
him away from the
Nah,
blacks.
Somalian. I think Somalian.
yeah, he sounds Somalian. He
He
sounds
sounds
exactly like an
something.
East African. He
Very
sound.
Somali.
I
Yeah.
heard flies buzzing in the background. I heard his forehead bumping up against the phone.
The
I mean,
way
it's
he
bad.
said UFBAs really this me. That's why I was asking where he
Yep.
was from.
And he keeps saying African, African, African.
Delineation
So,
really brings out the devil in these folks. I ain't gonna lie.
but we
Right.
gonna move on from the must. You know what I mean? He's just a musty cat. You know. So, Teflon, and then we're gonna get right to CB. Teflon,
Yo, what's going on,
what's
fam? How
going
y'all
on, G?
doing?
You hear the punks that we got coming? Anyways, go ahead. You want to address the
Don't
punk?
let
Yeah,
the
man.
BX come out now. You know? Y'all right. Come on.
Y'all know I'm at my ropes in with tethers, man. You know what I'm saying? For real, man. You know. Hang on. Can y'all hear me? Oh, yo. Anyway, yeah, man. Like, I think he probably zesty, man. You know what I'm saying? You know.
He's definitely punkish, but he got deported, so we ain't even gonna focus on him
I
no
just
more.
didn't appreciate him threatening my Maroon. But I know Maroon ain't tripping on none of that.
No, I ain't tripping on that. Listen, y'all know me.
Before
I ain't about to
That
get
was
all the
low
smoke.
key funny though.
I was laughing.
He
I was
was
like,
talking.
mad.
He
Boy,
is
started
he
this
he,
got
nigga
he started
done.
serious?
talking like kind of sound like Carlton Banks going gangster,
Right,
man.
or something. Oh my goodness. He got done with his submission, boy, but before he went, Maroon, he was gonna tell you he was gonna F you up his
Yeah.
own sight.
He said, don't want to see you on the street.
Please
Right.
don't beat me up.
He said, you're gonna get your beat down.
Man. Go
Beat
ahead,
down.
They be
Teflon.
mad with me. I don't know what I done did to these people, man. But I'm
Man.
just sitting here chilling in the corner. I ain't even give him a rebuttal, Miss Love. I'm be honest with you. I didn't even rebut him. So he just singled me out for no reason. You know,
He
I
don't
don't know.
like that rhetoric you be pushing.
I don't know. I
All
don't
that
even really be saying
divisiveness
much, to
you
be honest with you.
FBAs be doing.
Divisiveness on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was never united. They forget that part. They delineated as soon as they got here. But as far as the prompt, discussing YT, their history. They have a history of basically like living off of us, you know what I'm saying, and putting their name and face on all of our accomplishments. I mean, and far as like the admiration, that the rest of the world, I'll say that all of the other people, they do admire them, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they get to that point where they like, if I can't beat them, join them. We're the only ones who ain't joined them. We're the only ones who stood 10 toes down like, nah, we know they ain't shit. They full of trickery and deceit. You know what I'm saying? We know on the level playing field, they've never equaled us. You know what I'm saying? They forced their mediocrity upon our, pretty much like superiority. I mean, that's if you're looking at stats. You know what I'm saying? Numbers wise and abilities and who's contributed most of the world. And if you look at it, far as again to show how much they admire them, think about this: when it comes to the delineation question, or when it comes to Africanizing, us over here, and why they don't do it to any other melanated people, right? And the whole out of Africa theory. When you ask an African what independent scholarship can he or she give, to substantiate the claims that we come from there, they go right to the YT's book. You know what I'm saying? And I'll land with that.
Teflon, let me ask you something.
Yo, what's up? I sent the video. I'll send the video. Yes, I will.
Oh, who you talking to?
I was talking to you, the host.
Oh yeah.
Talking about with that tether child when he was up here and she was
Oh no, I ain't asking him. I want to ask him something.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, I want to know, Teflon. You live in New York, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. How do the melanated? I'm gonna start calling them melanated.
I can't stand them.
No, wait, hold on. Let me ask my question. How do the melanated immigrants do they seem pro-black in New York, or do they seem like here, like in Florida, they seem like they try to get close to whiteness?
Actually they're really good. They're really good at like they're like they walk both sides of the fence, and they do it, like regularly. You know what I'm saying? It's always there in them. You know what I'm saying? That trying to get close to YT, but when they're among us, they cosplay the shit out of us. You know what I'm saying? But lately, and I think this delineation thing, I think it's something from the ancestors, and I think it's spiritual because when it's like mad easy to see them now. I guess there was a movie with Roddy Piper a long time ago called They Live, where he could see like certain things about people. It's like this delineation and all this information coming out, is like cracking their mask. You know what I'm saying? Like certain questions will like crack them, like asking them like where their grandparents are from. You know what I'm saying? Something simple like that an FBA or indigenous would answer proudly. You know what I'm saying? We never run from talking about our grandparents. Now you ask one of them, it's like, why you want to know? That doesn't matter. Stuff like that. And it was never like that before. You know what I'm saying? And there's like other ways that we have of like finding out like who they are and everything. And now I notice like I'm starting to like look at all the people of the melanated people that I've ever had unreasonable like disagreements with and conflicts with, where I just didn't think they made sense. Like, this ain't us. I'm starting to look back and question their lineage now. That's something I think we all need to do now, because we was flat blacking ourselves and that blinded the shit out of us. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I think I answered the prompts.
Yeah, I just want to say too, you're welcome, Teflon. I had that on my panel last week. I had to say, now that I think about it, I bet these was all immigrants.
Yeah, for real, man. Like, I got some stories for y'all, man. I got video. My collection's called
I
Tether
want to
Getters.
ask you a question, Teflon. Go ahead, real quick, because I know Love got to go. We got to go to
Yeah,
CB,
what's up?
but I really wanted to ask you a quick question, if that's okay.
Come on.
Just a quick question. Because see, here's the thing. So, being from New York, right? So, serious tether issue, just like Lovely was talking about, right? I'm
Yes.
from LA, right? Born and raised in LA. We got a serious issue as well.
I
But
heard.
oh heck yeah, right? My father is actually from New York as well, so I grew up both sides. I mean, from
Okay.
both cities is what I'm saying. Anyway, point is, how can, as Black Americans, how can we assist the Black Americans that are still in New York with helping to navigate whatever tether issues you all are having? Because y'all got a serious
Yes, and we need
issue.
guidance. We need guidance. We need the South. We need the West and the Midwest. We need guidance from y'all, because y'all don't play that shit out there. For real. They call us the N word like it's nothing, man. Well, don't do
Man,
that
I
anymore.
hate to
They
say
think I'm
it.
crazy.
I hate to say it. I don't know. It might just be me, but I think New York a lost cause for the Black American.
Nah, you
Really?
got
I ain't
crazy
giving up.
people like
I ain't
me that
giving
get
up.
on the train
I,
and wild
Really?
out.
But you
I don't
right,
know.
Miss Love. You're right.
You think
It's
so?
too many people voting Democrats and immigrants. And then it seemed like, you know what I mean, the immigrants gonna keep flooding in New York, and y'all gonna keep getting outnumbered there.
But
Y'all
you know
got
what?
Mom
In the
Can I
Donnie
ask a
end,
there.
question?
That's like the worst
Oh God.
ever. Like Mom Donnie Mom Donnie is going to do
long as we gatekeep,
whatever he's told to do by his higher up Democrat power machine. He's gonna do it. If it
that's
means
how.
flooding New York City that's already over freaking populated with more immigrants, he will do it. Because he's
That's a
already hitting y'all over the head with the property taxes and what have you right now, what's going on. I mean, he's a horrible choice for New York. But New York voted him
that's
in.
I ain't
I'm
vote
sorry.
that
Go ahead,
man.
Sean.
And
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Can I ask Teflon a question real quick?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah, come
Just
on,
want to know
man.
what borough you were from. That was it.
Oh, South Bronx, South Bronx.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
and
Yo,
Zandria
check it
and
out. I
Miss.
got an idea. This is something that I've been doing actually. You know, no matter what, no matter how many people they flood us with, we're still the commodity. You know what I'm saying? We're still what counts. We're still what sets the trends. We're still this country's moral conscience. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're everything here. So if we
Yeah, that's
like
all of
stay
us
true,
combined, but I don't know how much.
but if we no, listen, check it out.
Okay.
Little things like this, right? Like who cosplays us the hardest? You know what I'm saying? That would be the Latinos, right? You know, they're the closest to us. You know, the fact is
Oh no
they're
no no
closer
no no
to
no
us
no no.
than the
Them Caribbeans.
but the thing
Mm.
is
Yeah,
that
but I know what Sean's
they've been
talking about too, because the
they've been
Puerto
on us
Ricans and the
longer.
Dominicans,
They've
they
been
have,
on us a lot longer. I'm
Okay,
yeah,
I
telling
feel
you.
you. I
yeah.
feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
And they're loose with that N word out there, real loose,
And if you and yo
real
check
loose
it,
with
and
it.
if you put a Puerto Rican or a Dominican up next to a Jamaican, you know what I'm saying? All came around us, you'll see that the Puerto Ricans are gonna come the closest, you know what I'm saying, to our swag and all that, you know what I'm saying? Even with the knuckle game, you know what I'm saying? I've instigated a lot of fights between them.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Puerto
Yeah,
Ricans are
them
closer
Puerto
to
Ricans,
us.
some of
I've
them
had
Puerto
to
Ricans got hands.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
they do.
they grew up around us, man. When we had to teach them
Shit,
how to
not in the
dress and
Yup,
get
South.
wind
yup.
ups.
And you're from the South Bronx, which is a gang of them out there.
Exactly. I remember when it turned Puerto Rican. Okay, my projects used to be Jewish, Italian, and black. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Forest.
My father's from Park Slope in Brooklyn,
Oh,
but
okay.
he was born in Harlem Hospital.
Same as I.
Oh, you were
Can I
born in
ask
Harlem
the
Hospital too? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask the host a question real quick?
Yep, go ahead, Impact.
You made a comment saying that you think New York is a lost cause. I've actually been feeling that way about Cali, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, them too. I
because
think
like
Yeah,
New York, it still
we're a
has a
lost
strong black
cause. We are.
population, but I just feel
We're
like Cali,
done.
it's real bad. The population dropped from like 30%, I think, at one point, and now it's like
No, no,
black
no,
people are
no,
like
no, no,
5%.
baby. No, baby. You're talking about you're referring to the black population in LA County. It used to be almost 50% of us. It was
Gotcha.
between 47 and 49%. Yeah. Now it's dropped down.
Single digits.
It's dropped. No, not that. No, not that damn low. But we're low. We're in the low 30s or late 20s, like between 27 and 32%. It used to be 47 to 49.
I was remembering, like, I read a stat saying, like, the whole population of California, it was like 30% of us at one point, and now it's like, really bad. So I really feel like Cali's a lost cause. I mean, no disrespect to my black Californians, but I feel like New York still has a strong black American presence up there, even though it is like a lot of others up there. It's like
Oh, I
Otherville
can
up there.
understand why you say that. I mean, we're almost done. And I hate to say it, but a lot of it has to do, and I'm gonna land. Oh, oh Lord, Kalo's up here. Oh Jesus.
Go ahead, sis. Go
I
ahead.
know.
We don't.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Anyway,
listen. The Maroons are pulled up.
oh
Ancestors are
Lord,
here with
have
us right
mercy.
now.
Oh, I need the ancestors now, Jesus. But I was gonna just say real quick. Um, Yeah, we're what we have to really do, just like with similar, in my opinion, with New York, we gotta. I mean, New York and LA have a consistent issue, and Lovely said it. We have a consistent problem with voting blue. In Cali and the state of California, state of New York, consistent issue with that. We need to get Karen, in terms of Cali, Karen Bass gotta go. Gavin Newsom gotta go. They're trying to prop Newsom up as a presidential candidate. I don't know how successful they're going to be with that, but nonetheless, these people have to go. And let's not lose sight that Kamala Harris, that's where she came from, the state of California. She was a district attorney, so let's not forget where she came from, and she did some damage in California.
The truancy laws.
Among other things, with that. So, we got to get these people up out of there. Cali, if Cali can turn red, then we will see our numbers change in terms of Black Americans possibly coming back. Because one thing I will say about the Republicans tend to be fiscally conservative. I will give them that, right? As opposed to Democrats to spend. They think our hard-earned tax dollars are their play money. It's their play money. They've always had that and been like that. But I personally think same thing with New York. New York got to turn red. I don't know if New York is ever going to do that, but California might even come close to doing that one day. Even I think before New York, because New York's really no disrespect, Sean, but New York is gone. It's tough. That's why I was asking, like, what needs to be done? Because just like Chicago, right? Chicago's trying to turn red. Chicago's trying to do it by hook or crook. They really trying to turn red, and they need to get that mayor and that governor up out of there. I mean, with the quickness. But Chicago's historically been blue, for 100 years.
Wow.
Like we still got Harlem though.
Listen, but also too, it's important to recognize that Buffalo, New York, is pretty much all FBA. The rest of the state
upstate New York is FBA territory.
Yeah, we're just talking about the city, y'all. We just talking about the city, but she not lying. And Mom Donnie's a sleeper, so, huh?
The city is Tetherville.
It's a tether mecca out there in New York right now. I mean, it's a musty mecca. It's bad.
But if we like gatekeep against them, look, they come. See, the thing is, we're like the corpse that everybody feeds off of. They expect to be let in and out of our culture. You know what I'm saying? If we started like gatekeeping, like against, like, I'm talking about the Mino blacks, the Jamaicans, the Haitians, all of them, like, respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, stop. You know how we stop letting them say the N-word? You know how we be checking them for that now, to their surprise? Okay, we'll check it. Stop with the daps, little stuff like that, because that's part of our culture. Shake their hand if you're in agreement or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
The biggest thing is that dollar too, Teflon. Don't buy with them bodegas no more. No more chopped cheeses, no more none of that stuff.
Listen, there's a bodega in every corner in New York.
Yep.
We can play a game, man. Just marking your money with a black mark. Make sure it goes to a black person. You know what I'm saying? See if you see it again. Only give that to a black person. It's a game.
Okay, y'all. I want to move on because we're gonna be ending this day live stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna land, y'all. Thanks for letting me speak.
I mean, wait, 12:20. I'm sorry, and I just want to get through everybody, but we will be coming back at like 5 o'clock. So we had Kalo. Hey, RJ.
Hey,
what's going on, RJ?
What's going on? Hey, Jeffo, you a liar. You know that, right?
You talking to me?
Not you, Kalo.
Don't address that up. Don't address that up here, dog. Just wait, because he ain't gonna come up here.
Go ahead, Kalo.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We doing amazing.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank God you guys are doing amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, keep doing amazing.
We will.
Yeah. So you're talking about white people. Let's discuss the history of
Kalo is what is Kalo? A Ghanaian, right?
No. Love, let me introduce myself. I got you.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you so much. I'm Kalo.
We know who you are.
From Hi Zandaria, how you doing?
Oh my God. It's
Kayla, what country
lovely,
you from?
lovely. He calls me Zandaria. That's how he always calls me Zandaria.
He just come up
It's
here to
not it's
flirt.
not Zandria, it's Zandaria.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I'm
Man, if you don't get your camel and hyena under control, you gotta park those things at the light post, sir. You gotta wrap around the, you know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. What are we doing here? Kalo,
We
are
can
you
go
gonna
ahead to RJ.
Okay.
Keep it
RJ,
moving.
Yeah, y'all.
what's up, man?
Good, good.
I didn't know Jeffro was fat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like a rat's back.
I'm sorry. He got some nerve.
All right, let's discuss white people. Let's discuss the history of white Americans and the immigrants that they admire. I've seen it all the time, especially with the Africans when I lived in New York. Always up on some white tea group. Hello, guys. What's going on, buddy? Oh, how you been? Drinking coffee, all the goofiness. Teflon know what I'm talking about.
And RJ, you just be looking at him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll just be looking like, ugh.
Yeah, I'll be roasting them on the train though.
I'll just be like, I'm on one chick, or African chick, she was dealing with white tea dude and she tried to talk to me. I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't like my
You said
dark
who
African chick.
was messing with a white T dude and then she wanted to go to you?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm
Well,
good.
what you think happened there? Why do you think she left the white T dude and wanted to go to a more FBA center, brother?
I don't know, and I didn't care. I just told my homeboy, dude, use everything in your power. Please keep her away from me. Oh man, they must have had some type of issue must have happened.
So
I'm
yeah.
gonna drop down, lovely. I'll be back at 5.
Okay. Thank you for being here with me, Andrea. I
Peace,
appreciate you.
Zan.
I appreciate all y'all.
Thank you guys. Thank you,
Hey, Zan,
family.
before you
Love
go,
y'all.
Well, wait a
Yeah.
minute, Zandria, before you go
Mhm.
too, yeah. Just give me a recap of how you think that encounter and that conversation with Nick went.
Oh, so when I came in, when I first came in, and I was in the comments and I was listening for what I was able to listen before I came up on the panel, it seemed cool, right? I was really agreeing with a lot of your points, lovely. Some things that he said I thought were valid, and then he was going into another direction, and that's what motivated me to come up. Or I was going to come up anyway, but I was going to wait a little longer. But I came up sooner than what I was intended to, because I was like, wait, hold up. Yeah, I hear you're agreeing with my sis, and you're echoing and where her statements, and where, the position that she stands. However, there's some things I felt like he was being a little intellectually dishonest. And so that's what kind of motivated me to come up and ask him some questions and kind of challenge him a little bit. And then it seems like, after I challenged him, then, and then Odam came up and then challenged him even more. And then it's kind of like the domino effect happened with it. It kind of started to go a little downhill. I will say that he was a good sport for as long as he lasted. So I'll give him that. He was a good sport. He kind of maintained composure. He didn't fold and he didn't crash out. So I'll give him that. He didn't crash out, because a lot of them tend to crash out and then they'll resort to calling us all kind of tropes, stereotypical trope names or whatever that we've heard 1,000,001 times, but he didn't do that. So I'll give him that. I think that, love, it would be interesting if you could bring him back and maybe put him on a hot seat again, I think that would be interesting. But certainly set a precedence and let people know, hey, if you want to talk to him, you want to ask him questions, it's fair game, but let's not dogpile. Because I think when we started kind of, all getting at him, that's when he kind of was maybe, I can tell the energy was a little frustrating. And then shortly after that, he dropped. Right. So I can say, moving forward, let's not dogpile a white tee like him. You know what I mean? Because he's willing. And the reason why I'm saying that is because he's willing to actually converse with us without the crash out and without the like the name calling and without the perceived lies. Because a lot of them will start, lying and then, like I said, crashing out. So I think it would be interesting if you can bring him back to your show again, sometime soon. It doesn't have to be tomorrow or this week, maybe sometime next week, love. If you got his follow information or whatever, I think that would be good. But there were some things that he said, especially when it came to what, these businesses of these immigrants in our neighborhoods. I thought what the value that he added with that, I thought that was very important. And he was right. So I will give him credit that he was at least honest in certain respects when it came to some of the conversation that we had with him. But in other respects, when we started talking about oh, damn, and I kind of poked some holes in some things, and then you kind of yeah, as well with that. And that's where I was like, you're not being completely honest with how your group, your YT group, your people really are. So we got to be honest across the board. You can't be selective with certain things when it comes to your group and or when it comes to us. But then when the rabbit has the GUN, right? The rabbit has the pew pew. What I mean is when it's us and we're holding your group, feet to the fire, let's not play the others, So I noticed a little bit of that.
Okay, let me say something to you, Andrea. One thing I'm noticing, because it's the second time it happened to me. Now, I'm a new live streamer and really new to having these type of conversations. Now, I'm not new to being in the comments or being a part of the people chat, you know what I mean? But one thing I noticed, because Be Real got me that way too. It seemed like, I needed to dig further because it takes, oh damn, each time she exposed Be Real, he ended up crashing out. And I thought he was cool. I thought Be Real, yeah, you know what I mean? You on the Black American side, you know what I mean? But one thing I noticed about, I guess, the encounters that I have had, that it seemed to me, at the time that they were, okay, they seemed to be decent enough. But then once further digging is done, it's like, damn, I've been tricked again. You get what I'm saying, Andrea?
I do, and I think, love, and don't fault yourself, sis. Give yourself grace because you're just trying to have a show that goes smoothly, and you're trying to give people a chance. So give yourself grace with that. But that's why you have your hitters right here that can possibly ask those questions and poke some holes and challenge some of these people. And certain things will be revealed to you. So don't, I don't want you to feel some kind of way about that, but know that you have backup for that. So feel safe and protected with that. Because when you do have these spaces and I see that, I will absolutely, I'm one of the hitters you have. I mean, you got American, you have Maroon, you have Netta, you have a few of us, you know what I mean? That'll come up here. I know Miss T, her schedule has changed, but she absolutely, you already know what it is with her. Will come up here and absolutely do the same thing. So you have people in your corner that will see those things. So you keep doing what you're doing. Because it's good content. It's great content to have.
It's gonna be great content.
Yeah, that's right. So when you get a chance, You can slice up, certain areas of the conversation you had with Nick, and definitely do your thing on YouTube, and have that part where there's an expose, because there was Odam and I, we poked some holes, but really, Odam really got in there,
Yeah.
yeah.
One thing
So,
about Odam is gonna Odam.
oh, that's right. And I'm
Yep.
here for all the Odam.
Yeah.
I'm here for all the Odam.
But
I
I be
love
feeling
Tim.
like even with melanated immigrants, sometimes I be like, damn, I be too nice. Even with the
You're not
white
nice.
teeth sometimes.
Miss Love, don't think that. You're not. It's not that you too nice. You're just fair. It's a difference between being fair and being nice.
She's very fair. But see, the thing, and I agree with you, Maroon, but that's the thing that I want Lovely to be okay with. That's okay to be fair.
Right. It's okay.
You know what I mean?
don't care about nobody criticizing it. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
like I
fair.
said, Love, you got your hitters here. You got Maroon, you got American, you got Odam,
What
you got
happened?
me.
Good
It
You
was
morning.
got me
earlier.
too.
Hold on, Kayla.
We had
Hold
a
on,
white
Funky.
tee on here that was cool, and it's not that he didn't crash out, but
Right.
but Odam, Odam and I, and then the rest of us kind of started poking some holes in some of his mess.
Well,
But
let me.
he maintained his composure. He wasn't disrespectful to Love at all. I will say that he was not.
They're
So
not
that's
gonna
why I
disrespect the
said it's
women.
worthwhile to possibly, because he never disrespected her or her space, it's worthwhile to possibly maybe bring him back and then have some future content with him, especially as a white T who's willing
Okay.
to have a conversation.
All right. I
Okay.
respect your opinion. I'll
Let me,
definitely reach out to him again.
Miss Love, if I may. I
Mhm.
can't. I listen. Since I was late, America, you wasn't here, but let me just give context on where I came in at it. I just came in.
You
I
came in
heard,
on straight up, shut up, Mayo punk.
but I heard a bunch of lies going on, and I was like, what in the world? And I hear a white T voice, and I hear my sisters talking, and I'm like, why they always want to come around whenever ain't no black men around? Because they
But
not men.
it was men up here going back and forth with him too.
Oh, okay. Well, I just didn't hear it at the time, and you know how I get. The maroon is in the name, so I'm just going. You know what I'm saying? Come up here. I'm here to protect y'all, make sure y'all good. I know you can handle yourselves, but
Yeah, but no, I'm
when
saying
I hear
no.
lies,
Thank you for that. But thank you for that. We
But Love is
appreciate
still
you.
running a show. You know what I'm saying? She got to let people up
yeah,
to
I know that. I
her.
know that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Listen, when I hear certain stuff going on, I'm like, what in the hell going on? You know what I'm saying? What the hell going on in here? Like an old man. I'm just gonna come up there and you know what I'm saying. But
That was
I've
funny.
told Ms. Love multiple times that I want those YT liberals to come up here, and I want to hear what their plan is for 2026
And
and
I don't even think
2028,
he was a liberal.
or
He wasn't a
Republicans.
liberal
I'm just
though.
saying the politics, all
Yeah.
politicians.
I see what
He
you're
is.
Hello,
saying, Maroon. I get what you're saying.
I want to
Because it
talk to
is
them
all
too,
I
but
get
politics.
what you're saying.
yeah,
I think
I wouldn't
he'll
be.
come back. Because he
We
stayed for
crack a
too
joke.
long not to come back. He was here for what? About 45 minutes, Andrew?
I think he was here. No.
About an hour.
He was here because let me tell you something. It was a good hour even before Maroon came up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He
So
came
he
up
was here
like
for about an hour and 45 minutes,
he
almost
came
2.
in 10 minutes into the stream while I was still hyped from the other white tea. Whoo, y'all. It was a couple of baby. Y'all gotta see the
Oh,
playback.
I gotta watch the replay.
Oh, so there were a
Yes.
few before I came in,
Yeah, it
Love.
was two, but they didn't. I had the girl. That's why I was so hyped because I was going fighting with one up there, and then another one I ended up just dropping because he wanted to straight up just say the N word, N word, N word, and then the first one, me and him arguing like a mug, going back and forth for like 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. It was just me. You know how they try to come up here quick when it's just you,
Yeah,
and then
I
people start
do.
coming in. I think at the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, okay, got
This
you.
gonna be a trip.
And that's why I said too, Lovely. Like he wasn't this because I already know had he started, coming at the mouth with them same raggedy,
Right.
tied, unoriginal N-word tropes that they tend to use.
Or per capita.
Per cap, yeah, that BS. You would have dropped them. Netta would have dropped them. He would have been gone out of here quick. You know what I mean? But he didn't. So like I said, I can appreciate that because it is kind of, it is kind of odd that
Yeah.
that he didn't, because most of them do. They crash out, and then we see who they really are. Oh, you of course you're who we think y'all are, because most of y'all are
Right.
like that.
Like
Most of them
with
are
Be
like that.
Real, he got called one name, and then we got called the N word. And this man, he got called a bunch of names.
They not on our side.
The word
None of
that
these
triggered
videos are on our
him
side.
was when I
Huh? What'd
called
you
him a
say?
dog licker.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's
none of
what
these.
Be Real did. There.
Listen, I don't care what a YT person want to come up here and agree with us with. This is the thing, is that I want them to stomp for reparations, because that reparations question is
Right.
undefeated. Be Real said he agreed with reparations, but then it's just like you said, as soon as he got called one thing, man, it's all over the place. And I get it, sometimes we could get a certain way or whatever, but that's just our culture, right? But if one thing can sway you from a historical injustice that is owed to people, are you really an ally? You know what I
Right.
mean?
And
And
that's
that's
one question we never got to. I don't know why I asked this man so many questions, and not one of us asked him how did he feel about reparation. Did he support reparations?
yeah, because that'll let me know the rest of your policies when it comes to foundational Black Americans.
Maybe
You know
we'll
what I
ask
mean?
him if he come back.
I
That'll be
agree, Maroon. I agree
yeah.
Yeah,
with you.
these people
That'll
are
be
they
the question. The first question is we asked him like after he answered the prompt. 'Cause
exactly.
we was talking about everything, but nobody mentioned reparations. I don't know. I guess we had so many other questions, but that's normally not like us.
But
Right.
the thing is American policies that we get for ourselves also benefit YT people. So they just want to use us to get the policies that'll help out them for a tamed purpose. But when it comes to us and them, because they want to go down fighting. They believe in Valhalla. They believe in you can. I don't know if y'all know about Valhalla, but you can only get in
Yeah.
Valhalla if you go down fighting. So they are still fighting us. That's what something even though, like I said, I do want to talk to those YT politicians on both sides, the ones who are the people who are supposed to pay reparations. But at the end of the day, they're just going to try to use us for whatever policies they
Okay,
want to
but wait,
push.
wait a minute. Hold on, Maroon. He also made a statement before we get to Kalo and wrap it up. But he also made the statement that if white, if I guess, because he even though he well, yeah, he got here, his people got here, Ellis Islanders, but he
I can
said
hear it.
yeah, he says things like this is a black and white country, it was meant for me and you. But he also said if this country goes down, black Americans going down with
Right.
it.
He know that.
Yeah, he said that.
That's the
Definitely.
projection he wants to see. This is what the Ellis Islanders want to see. And the Heritage Americans are delineating from them because they're like, no, this is just going to be an all Black nation. The
But
Heritage
he
Americans understand
considered
that already.
himself a heritage Americans, and he said that they talking amongst themselves to get these white people in check.
But
But what
we
I
know
want
what
to know,
heritage
but
Americans are. We
I
know
was
that.
gonna.
Oh, go ahead, American. I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry, Sandria. What I wanted to know, what I would like to know, is what are they doing to help prevent the country from going to shit? Because
Right.
I don't hear
Right.
them making as much noise as we make at all about any of these things, especially
Mm-hmm.
about these immigration policies. I don't hear them hollering about the immigration policies at all.
Me either,
So
not
The
enough.
Americans are.
yeah, not like we are.
Right.
Well, no, I'm
So
saying
America cannot
The
survive
Heritage
with.
Americans go. I will admit, the Heritage, from what I've seen personally, the Heritage Americans go in on immigration as a whole. The Ellis Island babies are tiptoeing and saying, "Oh, I'm for legal immigration." No, I don't care about legal or illegal immigration.
One
Both of
thing
you
that
got to stay
Nick
home.
did say is he don't want none of them.
Well, that's a first. So
And he
maybe he's
also
just
said that because Andrea asked him, and I was shocked. I had to have him repeat it. She also told him about the redistribution of wealth in the black community, and what they, she basically, if they can't make money in the black neighborhoods, will y'all be willing to accept them into the white communities to set up their businesses? And he said, absolutely not.
yeah, of course. They never
they can't stand
did.
them Chinese. They can't stand
And
those
on top
foreigners.
of it too, these immigrants don't get funding to go into their communities. They get the funding, the grants and all that stuff to come into our communities.
That's
So they
exactly what
already
I
know
said,
they're not coming
American.
here.
Yep.
They know that.
Why is
Yeah.
you lying to yourself?
And
Okay,
Immigrants
that's
don't
let's
get
why,
let's
funding.
get
hush, Halo,
yeah,
hush.
let's just get to him.
What are you
Hold
saying?
on, go ahead, Kayla. You want to address the prompt?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, but also I suggest immigrants do not get any funding. Why would you give? Why would you find somebody to go in live in
That's
the
not the
ghetto?
prompt, sir.
That doesn't
They,
make sense.
Kayla, do you want to
Thank you,
address the
Dr.
prompt?
Will. Thank you, Dr. Will.
Yeah, I wanna address the prompt.
Thank you, Game
We'll
6.
address the
And
prompt.
Kalo, you wouldn't know anyway because you lost in the damn sauce. You don't know what the
Ain't
hell
he?
going on.
American,
Thank you,
stop. Why you
sis.
crashing
He
out?
think he know
Thank you, sis.
everything.
American,
He think he know everything. Caleb just be as
stop crashing
lost,
out. American, let me
all in
answer
the
the prompt.
Kool-Aid and don't know the flavor.
Okay,
Just
no problem.
crazy.
Let me answer the prompt. Hi, Zendaria. Okay.
Hi,
What?
Kalo. Answer the damn problem, Kalo.
Okay. White people, let's discuss history of white Americans and the immigrant that admire them. First of all, no immigrant admire white people. You guys stop.
Wait
Why
a
do you
minute,
guys think
Kalo.
like that?
Hold on. Let me tell you why I made the prompt, and I'm gonna let you go. Listen, Kalo. How many times have we had panels and immigrants? We talking about all immigrants, okay? All the whole color of the crayon box of immigrants, okay? They tell us this is the white man's country. The white man has the power here. White people
But
are
are they
safe.
lying?
Hold on. They consider white people to be safe. How many times have we heard that?
But love, wow, do you know that a white man runs America? I know you know that, right?
I don't look at it that way, Kalo.
Because it's not that way. Kalo, shut up and go back home to
American,
Africa.
stop crashing out. It's just a discussion.
First of
Okay.
all, the white people work for us. These policies, the whole
Did you
government,
just say they work for
the
you?
policies in the whole government, we created it. Okay?
Look, the first.
So be quiet, Kayla, because you just need to go home.
I thought
I'm
I was the one.
Good
She
morning,
ain't
y'all.
forget.
American, why you crashing out?
Because you just annoying. And he thought
Okay,
he
love
ate
war. The
yesterday
reason
with
why
that.
I know.
immigrants.
I was about. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna even bring it up. I ain't gonna even bring it
He
up.
thought he ate me up with the you gotta undermake it. I'm like, boy, shut up. Kayla don't know what's going on.
He really
But why
don't,
am I being muted
American.
though?
He don't say. You be so confused.
He just
Can
like a
I answer
little
the prompt?
kid. He just
Yeah,
be
go ahead.
talking.
Well, you shouldn't have never tried to come. You shouldn't have never tried to come on her panel last night and
But
do
I'm
that.
being muted. I mean,
I
that's
know.
thing of the past though. Forget about it,
Oh, okay,
American.
all
Move
right, Kayla.
on.
Let's let him go ahead and land his plane. Go ahead, Kayla, so you can get your rebuttals and see if anybody got something to say. Go ahead.
American, forgive and forget. Let's move on. Okay, look. The
Told you
reason
I
why
wasn't
immigrants
mad
say
at you
that.
last night. You don't have to keep bringing that up. I don't care. You think you can hurt my feelings? You living in
Thank
a
you, my
fantasy.
queen. Thank you, my queen. Okay.
Oh
I mean,
Lord.
love what? The reason why immigrants say that, I mean, it's not a lie. You can tell me who, okay, if I ask you the question, who runs America?
Let me ask you a question. If Black Americans wanted to, do you think they can save a lot of y'all from being deported back to y'all countries?
No, they cannot
Okay, well
because
go
they
ahead.
cannot save themselves.
Oh, okay. All right, you go ahead and land your plane.
Okay, the reason why I'm saying no, they cannot, number one, is because look what's going on. They cannot save themselves. I mean, we immigrants, we get marginalized too, but you get marginalized. You guys too cannot fight back. Look what has been going on in the past few months. What has been
Thank
going
you,
on to these
Dr.
black
Will.
young kids? You haven't been doing anything. So, of course, the white guy lands America. Immigrants see it, not only black immigrant, but every immigrant, you know? It has nothing to do with you guys. It's just looking at the system and looking at the truth and just saying, yes, this is how it is. It's either you change it or you live in a delusional world that you run it, but you do not. You just have to be real with yourself, you know? But anyway, immigrants do not admire any white guy. Remember, these people, they did
Thank you,
the
Dr.
same thing
William.
what they did immigrant countries, right? So why would I admire somebody who did something worse to me and who did something worse to you and I admire them? No, we are just here to work as immigrants. That's the only thing we're here. If you think I'm lying, you can ask them that as my witness, but we do not
What?
admire anybody. All we admire
Worry
is the
about
dog.
Kalo.
That's it.
Minute. Kalo is on his spaceship flying back to hell. He'll be gone soon. Don't worry about it.
Kalo, you done?
American is crashing out.
Kalo, shut your
Why you
punk ass.
crashing?
Man, what you want? What you say, RJ? My bad. Hold on. We got to
Maroon, you said
punk up here.
Kalo, I got some animal crackers. They got zebra and lions. You want some?
okay, so you cannot eat a zebra. You are so embarrassing. How old are you?
Hey, Kalo.
Okay, do anybody have an actual rebuttal to
Yeah,
what he
I got a
said?
rebuttal for him real quick. I'm gonna rebut his
Okay, and then
mustache.
Impact. Was that you who came off mic, Impact?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you know what?
After
Let
Maroon.
Impact go first. Hey,
All
Impact.
right.
Yeah, go
And
ahead.
then, okay, go ahead. Then we're going to wrap it up after Kalo and Maroon. Go ahead, Impact.
I just want to make mine short. He claims that Black Americans have never fought back and we don't run anything. But the reason that all these immigrants are even breathing on U.S. soil is because of our ancestors fighting back. We come from a lineage of that during Jim Crow. You know what I'm saying? The reason why Black immigrants are even able to be here is because of the sacrifices we fought for, the Immigration Act. And like 13, 14, 15 Amendment, all those came from Black Americans. So I'm not really sure what he's talking about. It seems like a form of projection because they don't fight back in their homeland. So it's like they're projecting their failures onto us. And I'll land my plane there.
I didn't say you guys failed. I didn't say that. He shut up. Many immigrants being here is not because of Black America, first of all. You have to understand. There's some organization that you have to understand that brings immigrants not only to America, but to Europe. You saying that you fought for immigrants to come here, it's like saying you fought for immigrants to go to Europe, to Australia, because they are immigrants to Australia. The same reason that took them to Australia, to Europe, it's the same reason that took them to America, and it has nothing to do with Black America. You guys are great people, you did great things, but you didn't do everything in the world like you guys are trying to cram. If you do that, you are only messing yourself up because that's a delusional world that you live in. You are great, yes, but you didn't do everything in the world. Stop taking credit for everything.
I didn't say we did everything in the world. I
You
said
would
we
just
fought for
be
immigrants.
super depressed like American.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. But go ahead, though.
Yeah, Kalo, I agree with you. I agree with the point when you said that Black Americans can't change what's going on with immigration right now. I'm going to agree on the part that we're not going to change what's going on with immigration right now. You're going to get off Section 8 and all those food stamps are going to dry up that the government keeps getting you. Also, too, when it comes to the point of you saying you guys went through something worse, you didn't go through anything worse. Nobody on the planet has been through what foundational Black Americans have been through, indigenous Black Americans, so on and so forth. No one has been through on the whole history of this planet, has never been through this. You guys have always, especially being a Ugandan refugee, you guys have always historically come over here with these DACA programs and all different types of stuff from East Africa that Obama has given you guys, right? And for you to come over here as a refugee trying to wave your finger at the people who could change not just immigration, but your whole life in 2 seconds. And you know this is why you come up trolling all the time. It's very disrespectful. And then you're on our soil. There's a way that people can report treasonous behavior, because a lot of you Africans, especially when it comes to the military, you guys always keep claiming different things on social media as if the government doesn't watch you. You up here right now, you're saying a bunch of treasonous things to the country, because disrespecting the history of the country can also become treason as well. So, Kayla, I would tread lightly with these tropes that you keep saying, because you never know who's listening. You never know who's watching. Me personally, I don't have to report you. I know they listen to you guys all the time, but there's other people, You know, there's 144 people in this room. You just never know what ICE agents are watching, what Border Patrol agents are watching, because they do track people's social media. Just like the girl last year from whatchamacallit, I think she was from Colombia, and she threatened an ICE agent. And she was also teaching people on TikTok, all her Venezuelan people on, or Colombians or whatever, on what programs to come over here and get and how to get them. And they went and picked her up immediately. Her and that wig got deported. There's a whole video on it. Y'all could go look at it on YouTube. That might be Kalo next. So tread lightly, Kalo, with all these
Maroon,
integrating
stop
tropes.
being
Him and his
emotional.
wig.
Oh yeah, did y'all see the video of her wig? Y'all know, you know what I'm talking about?
I'm just saying him, Kalo and Kalo's wig too. Shit.
As
Exactly.
a man,
Kalo,
you cannot
no,
be
as a man,
emotional.
listen,
Maroon, you are way too emotional. Don't be
as a man, Kalo, you way too ignorant. You just sat here and you lied. You said that Black Americans did nothing for Black immigrants to be able to come over here. That shows that you don't know American history. And this is exactly why we want you people out of here. If you don't have the information about something, and we've been telling you this for a long time, you guys do not look it up because you don't want to know the truth. You want to be able to come
Where
up
can
here
I
and
look it
spew
up?
lies. You want to be able to keep coming up and spew lies. And that's the issue. The willful ignorance is an issue. And just like
Where
Maroon said, and look it up online. Just like,
exactly?
Kay, look at him. And you think it's funny. You's an evil little demon. But just like we said,
For some reason, you are. Why you?
just like we said, if you guys wouldn't be over here if it wasn't for Black Americans sacrificing themselves so that you can come over here. But just like FBA Maroon just said, they are monitoring your social media.
Thank you,
And that
Dr.
is a
Williams.
fact. And we've been telling you that for a while. So I guess you just one of those type of people that got to F around and find out. And that's just going to be on you. You'll
So
find
you
out
worried
when
about me?
you'll find out when you're in the back of a federal car.
All right, we're going to end it
That
right
is
there.
serious.
We're going to end it right there. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube chat. Shout out to all the gifters. Shout out to my amazing mods that come and help out and be a part of the show every day. And I appreciate y'all so much. Shout out to all the brave panelists. Thank you all for being here. And I need to take a nap. I'll see you guys on tonight's show.
Look, how that leg doing? I forgot to ask
Man,
you.
Yo, Miss Love, can I say?
I'm walking.
Sorry, go
I'm
ahead.
walking like I'm up to like a mile a day on it.
Okay, that ain't bad.
That's good.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
long have you been on?
What, walking?
Online.
Oh, today I think it was 9. I've
Oh.
been streaming 3 hours and 20 minutes. It was meant to be just 3, and I'm gonna do like 5 to 8:30 tonight.
Oh, okay.
Cause I know you're gonna come on 5 to 9 at the latest.
I'm doing mine early today too because I don't like being on late hours like that. I'm tired. I get tired
So what time you thinking?
early. That I'm in about an hour or so after I gotta put some good nutrition in my system because sitting
Okay.
up like that, ooh wee.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need some mods over here too, y'all. So y'all. Okay, well,
I'll work overtime. Don't worry about it.
okay,
I'm
y'all.
a
So
2-man crew. I could be 2 places
Yo,
at once. You know, I'm like the $6 million man.
I'm
You know what I'm
not going
saying?
that long. I'm not gonna be on long.
oh, okay. All right, y'all. Well, I
Miss.
was. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Impact. My
Oh, I
bad.
was just saying, like, I found your channel off YouTube. I've been watching your YouTube videos all the time. So it's my first time on the TikTok live. So I just wanted to appreciate you having me on the panel and all the
Oh,
other
well,
mods.
thank you, Impact. I gave you a
That's what's
follow
up.
back.
I appreciate
Miss
it.
Love, remember what I told you to do for that leg?
Oh yeah, I know. I'm gonna look at that again. It's healing though. It's just not all the way. American. I think you was right too. Like it's gonna be a minute.
Yep. I hate that you had to go through that because that mess hurts.
Bye, Andrea. Yep, but I'm at least walking 1 mile a day.
Bye, Andrea.
I'm gonna keep putting my steps on it and wearing my brace. But all right, y'all. I see y'all at 5.
Peace.
All right, peace out. Bye, Sonya. Bye, Impact. Bye, Maroon and American.
All right, blessings to y'all.
Peace,
Bye. See
y'all.
you later.
All right,
Sis.
American.
Yes,
What time you say you? What time you say you going live?
probably in less than an hour.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna take a nap so I can
I got to
take
run a
care.
few errands, y'all.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be on like
All right.
later, but I'll check in.